Hi, and welcome to Dragonborn Industries, where we're not playing Starfinder, we're not playing D&D, I'm not painting miniatures. We're doing something different. We are playing Tales of the Old West. This is a RPG set in frontier times. Earth, an actual tangible material plane.
What is this?
By the guys at Effekt Publishing. I had a really lovely time playing this game with Dave Seamock, one of the writers, and then Matthew, who I'm really sorry, Matthew, I've literally just forgotten your surname, which is really shitty of me, but I met him the other day. He literally came into the studio and has literally signed the table down there, which is really, really fun.
There it is. Yeah, we've got another table sign.
One for the collection.
I want to say,
Yes.
Look.
You have to varnish the table by
Matthew
the
Tyler Jones. Taylor Jones. Oh my god. No, it's Tyler Jones. Oh my god, I can't read. Matthew. It's Matthew. He's a really lovely guy.
Is it Matthew?
It is Matthew.
MTJ.
MTJ is really lovely. Hey TJ.
Yeah, I feel like I have the monopoly on TJ, so
That's what you think.
we need to cut that shit right out.
So this is going to get interesting. For those of you who watch Starfinder, before I actually go on a full tangent here, Steph's hamster character is not named after her partner TJ.
It was an accident.
But so I got to meet Dave Seamock playing this for the first time a few weeks ago on Band of Badgers, and then I got to play it with Matthew the other day on Band of Badgers again, where we play tested it, we streamed it, and the Kickstarter is now live. It's been out for about 2 or 3 days now, and meeting with Matthew the other day, I was like, well, why don't we play around a table? Why don't we take the actual scenario from the Quick Draw PDF, which is free. You can go to DriveThruRPG, you can grab the playtest, which is the Quick Draw rules, and this, the Last Cibolero, I believe it is how you pronounce that. I'm going to double check. This is called. Just want to make sure I said that right, because this is what's going to be what takes me out of action. And if anyone can tell me what a Cibolero is, I'll be impressed. Because I had to look it up.
Not a clue.
It is.
Not there to look up.
Cibolero. It means buffalo hunter.
Ah.
Oh.
Yeah, which is cool, because this is obviously set in New Mexico, which is a territory which is obviously was once part of Mexico and then taken over by America. And then obviously civil wars and stuff like that. And they kept a lot of the Mexican heritage and the Spanish heritage that was there, and then put them into places of government and stuff. And what's really nice is just reading this alone, there's like actual history in it, which is really, really cool. And having met Matthew, he's really, really fond of history, and I said that you two would get on like a house on fire, because yeah, just meet the guy, he's really nice. He's actually down in Cornwall at the moment.
Just you wait until I get onto the Boer War.
Well, I'm a bimp. I know nothing of history, I know nothing of, like, I'm going to do some really risky stuff today that I'm used to doing risky stuff, but I am such an idiot. So this is us doing a playtest of The Last Cibolero, and I think what's interesting is that I want to do this blind, because I've played twice now. The first time round I had about 10 minutes notice. The second time round I had about 5 minutes notice on characters, which is why you guys haven't been given your characters yet.
No.
To which end,
Who am I?
in this playtest, there is now a little pack down there on the table for you guys to have a quick look through now at the character sheets and choose between yourselves who you want to play.
I actually rolled a blind pick.
Do we want to just shuffle and go?
Yeah, a little
Shall we
shuffle.
roll for it?
Are we gonna
How many are in there? I assume
1,
4.
2,
No.
3, 4, 5?
Oh. Yeah, sorry, roll for it.
So, and these are the character sheets
Let's-
that
D5 that you have.
are part of
Roll
the
a six and
playtest.
just sixes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a joke.
I know.
So it should
I
be
could get a D10 out.
Lewis Osorio, Flynn Everett, Tashawi Jones, Bridget Lovelace, love that name, Theodore Hines. They're the characters that are in there.
Right.
So if you
Shall
guys,
we
if you want to either
roll
read through
for
them
it?
or if you want to pick them blind, that's completely up to you.
What do people fancy doing?
I feel like roll.
I'm game
Roll
for going
for it, yeah.
completely blind. Roll a d6.
I would say if you don't like your character, or if you're like,
Yeah.
I can't relate to this, then
Yeah.
feel free to switch it back
That's fair.
into the pile.
1.
So they're rolling for
I've
it.
got a
Did y'all
2.
get a 2 as well?
I did get a 2 as well.
Always over.
I got a 3.
2 again.
That's a 5, baby.
Right.
Which I guess means
Okay.
I get it because I rolled
Yeah.
5. Yeah.
So that's 2.
I'm 3. Okay,
3.
3.
I'm
Three.
1.
Oh, it's a big table, right?
I'll roll mine again. I need
I knew I'd get
Who are you? Who are
Lovelace.
you? Oh,
Bridget Lovelace.
So there is actually a little paragraph at the bottom of the sheet which just gives you a little bit of personality about the character. It will maybe give you a friend or an accomplice or something relevant to the story. And this is why I really liked picking my character like minutes before the stream. I had a chance to read it and go, that's my RP. And while they have a quick look at that and see if they're happy with those ones, I will talk about some of the things that we're going to be doing in this. I've read through the playtest very briefly. I know next to nothing of what's going to go on apart from I've read a quick skeleton skim read, and we're going to see how this plays out. So, it's probably going to take about 2 hours to play through, and hopefully it'll give you guys out there a chance to see how one idiot and 4 of the normal humans.
Well.
I was going to call you all idiots there, but TJ's an actual scientist. I just don't think that's, fair to call him an idiot.
Did you want to have a look at the other ones?
Have a look at the other.
And yeah, so we're going to run through this and just see how it plays out. I've got down on my notes and what I think I'm going to do, but actually it was as a GM, it was very easy to read and very easy to get into. So those of you who maybe are thinking about backing it out there, just go download the quick draw rules. It's free, and you can play the scenario with your friends and see how it goes. But we are playing in a location called Carson's Valley, which there's a lovely map just down there on the table for you. Now, mechanics of the game. You get 2 actions, a slow action and a fast action. Those are depicted by doing things like, shooting or interacting with something, or things like movement. And then, depending on what you do, depends on how that goes about. When you want to make a roll, normally with games like D&D that we're used to, or Starfinder or D20 systems, we would roll a D20 and see how it goes. But this is I believe it's called the Easy Zero system. I'll quickly double check if that one to make sure my facts are correct. Year Zero engine, sorry. So this is just D6s. So the most important thing that I've asked you guys to bring is D6s. Now, your D6s are going to be very different to the D6s underneath that map pattern. Because what they suggest, and I believe that as part of the Kickstarter you can get these as an extra, not those particular ones, but different coloured D6s to your regular set. They're your trouble dice. Because in the frontier times, trouble is never that far away. And so when we look at attributes and stuff on your character sheets, which should be pretty easy to read, and everyone's tells you which one it's linked to. If you have to roll, say for example, 5 dice on a roll, your first 5 are always the trouble dice.
Cool.
And then anything past the 5, you get to add your own to it, depending on what skills and stats you have. So, what's your highest attribute over there, Steph? The top ones?
Yeah, my highest is 5 on grit.
Okay, so if you had grit and then you went down to something that uses grit in your actual skills beneath it.
Like labour.
Labour. So have you got a score in labour?
3.
3. So you get to roll 8 dice.
Cool.
The first 5 are trouble dice.
Ooh.
Now, how the Year Zero rules work, only 1s and 6 matters. Everything else, discount it. A 1 is trouble, especially on the trouble dice. It's only on trouble dice, actually. A 6 is a success. The more 6s, the better. The more 1s, the worse. You will also have on your character sheet a thing called faith. And you'll have a certain amount, bless you.
Thank
God
you.
bless you, darling. You'll have a certain amount of faith. I think you will start with 4 in this scenario. Faith is a way of having 4 points that you can spend to push a roll. Because you might roll those D6s and get a 1 and then no 6s. If you push a roll, you get to re-roll everything except the 1s and the 6s. You keep those to one side and then you roll everything again. The trouble with that is, when you force a re-roll, you could be upping your trouble, but you could also be upping your successes. That's all you really need to know for that at the moment.
So that's the faith points.
Faith points, sorry, and you spent 2. No, absolutely fine, because I'm already running off on 1, and this is what we want. So no apologies needed, miss.
Oh, sir.
Faith points are used to push rolls.
Right.
So if you feel like you want to roll again, you spend a faith point, you push a roll. You regain faith by doing what your faith action is. So underneath your faith points, it will say something, an attribute to your characters. If you lean heavily into this in an RP setting, you gain faith back. Or, if you roll 4 6s, you gain a faith point. However, there is a maximum of 10 faith points. So far, the guys have said nobody's ever got them back, and nobody's ever got up to 10. So that's something interesting. If you spend all of your faith points and go to 0 faith, you cannot regain them back unless you roll 4 6s.
Oh.
So it's basically like being exhausted. Like even if you were like, your faith is shaken, and faith isn't like religion. It could be just your ideals, your personality. So that's something to keep bear in mind. This is sort of like one of the key mechanics of the game is being able to push those rolls and then basically try and progress the story. And like every RPG, they found a way to always make failures or successes a way to move the story forwards. Now, I will tell you straight up, if you end up in conflict, it is very easy to die.
All right.
Because you will have a certain amount of health. However, as soon as you start taking crits, you could be dead in one shot.
Cool.
Because things like a handgun could kill you in real life. Obviously, we're playing in a real life setting. Just bear in mind.
Makes sense, yeah.
Yeah, that, it can be quite, and that goes both ways for both bad guys and you guys. Luckily, I haven't seen anybody die in this game yet, but
It's always time.
well, I think when I played with the Badgers, I literally found a guy and I was like, this is a one shot. Fuck it, I shoot. Got him, but clipped him, and then rolled last in initiative, which was like bollocks. So that was really quite something. Although actually saying that, I haven't pulled up a pack of playing cards, which is what we would normally use to draw initiative, which is interesting. So I will have to do that with a random draw of something online. I'm sure there's a deck puller or something online that I can quickly grab. Random playing card draw.
I was just thinking after this and binging Westworld.
I know, yeah.
Already, he's like in there.
I'm like,
This is why I knew you'd want to do this one, because we have been binging Westworld,
It's
and
so good.
it's so good.
Never seen it.
Oh,
Oh,
you'd
no,
go
no, no,
mad
honestly.
for it, Tams. Seriously,
Yeah, it's
so
amazing.
like AI meets the West, and it's
and
yes.
non-linear narrative as well, which is like a sucker for.
So, for anybody who's maybe watching this on the Kickstarter page or anything like that, you'll notice that I'm Chaos, which then falls off onto the other guys. So these guys are probably going to point back on from tangents here, there, and everywhere. But we're going to jump into Carson's Folly.
Let's go.
You guys are ready. So there are some things that I need to read. Have you guys all picked your characters, actually? Let's find out.
Yes.
So I'm going to start with TJ, who's our new guy at the table. Second new guy at the table, because Luke's not paid on stream yet, have you either?
I have appeared on stream once.
Yes, you were in the audience.
Where's the camera?
I was the
Hang on.
hand that gave
Yours
Tam
is over
chicken
here.
bits.
Yes. Oh, God, that was so good.
In front of you.
You're
Oh,
here.
there we
Yeah.
go. I was trying to use the camera to...
There's a few in here. But yeah, TJ, who are you playing?
I'm playing Bridget Lovelace, which is great because actually it's like I'm Dolores from Westworld.
Oh, my little lesbian.
So Richard, would you like to actually read about, because we don't need to spend ages RPing backstory and stuff. If you want to tell us a bit about what you've read about Lovelace and about who she is and her characteristics.
So, I'm a grifter. I'm a settler. My partner is Tassawi Jones, which I don't think is in play today. I've been on my own for quite a long time, since I was an 11-year-old girl.
There you go.
So,
Tamsin, who are you playing?
Theodora Hines. She's. I hope I will do her justice. She is an emancipated slave. She's come west looking for her family. Strong faith in God, which I think is related to her faith points. She's been in Carson's Folly for a few years. She's currently a fur trader. And she's friends with Mary Whitaker and Flynn Everett. Flynn Everett, I think, not in play, so...
And actually, this is something I do want to point out, is that the writers of this, so Matthew and Dave, wanted to make sure that playing something that is somewhat based off historical accuracies isn't whitewashed, and also isn't gender washed. Because living in frontier times, they were everybody mucked in, everybody took part, and it was something they were they've been really cautious and really trying to be sensitive about how to put into play things like Native Americans right the way through to like the Mexican community and stuff like that. And actually, you know, I'm sure like a blithering idiot like myself will absolutely ruin those things, but they have done an amazing job to try and bring inclusion of like actual inclusion into this. So it's well worth checking. So when you say about like emancipated slavery and stuff like that,
Yeah, she is an African American, so.
yeah, yeah, I'll give you Tamsin's home address if she absolutely.
I mean to only do the best for her.
Yeah. Luke, who are you playing?
So, speaking of the Mexican community, I am playing Luis Othorio. I am the titular Last Cibolero, or at least it can feel like that sometimes, because I am rather old and feeling like it these days. But yeah, I hunt the buffalo herds respectfully in my own way. Unlike all the other guys who are just coming in and shooting 1 billion pounds of meat and then taking like maybe 1 hoof back home for some reason, I only take what I need, and I respect the beasts.
That's important to note about Carson's Folly. Which is weird saying that. I'm always like, Carson's Collie. Yeah, boy. I got into that earlier, and now I know I'm going to say it. So, Carson's Folly has this like official rule that you only hunt what you need to hunt, and the buffalo are starting to like run thin, but they're worth so much money. So people, hunt what they need to, but other people might be like, well, it's all about getting those dimes. And that's sort of one of the issues that we find in Carson's Folly, which we're probably going to find in this adventure. As we move to Steph, who is playing Jean Puss.
Jean.
No, to names, Flynn Everett, Irish settler and homesteader.
There you go.
Used to live out east with my wife and child until God in his infinite wisdom took them from me, cruelly, I might think. But I have got a resilient and determined spirit, and I've made my way out west to Carson's Folly, and have met a friend on the road, Timmy Pickett, to help me out. And my partner, as she is what's her name again? Theodora Hines.
Oh,
I got a little bit of a wee kinship with her there, because we have been through similar struggles in our lives, with losing our families, her to slavery, me to the potato famine, I assume.
There we go.
Stop it, Stephanie.
There we go. It's okay, because, you know, we've all got Irish heritage in this room, right? And that's our characters. That's who we're joining this adventure today in Carson's Folly. I guess there's nothing really to do but to jump into it. If I've forgotten anything, we'll bring it up as we go.
I've just seen I'm friends with you as well.
And I see you as a almost surrogate daughter. So.
Oh, that's nice.
Well, that's actually going to play into the fact that you are beginning by knowing each other, and I'll go through that in the pre-log in a second. As for rules and stuff, we're going to try and remember everything. These guys have not even seen the rules. I was like, fuck it, leave it to me. So I'm going to get things wrong. And that's fine, because it's an RPG. As long as we're having fun, that's all that matters. And hopefully you guys out there, maybe will get something from this and you'll enjoy it too. But we're going to jump in to Carson's Folly, the Last Cibolero. You are all residents. Should I do an accent?
Do it.
You are all residents of Carson's Folly, good friends. This early March morning is bright and crisp as the town shakes off the night. Fires are stoked, coffee is brewed, and hammering clanging, and the whinny of horses fill the air. But today, there is a somber mood over the town, for Pedro Lopez is to be buried. Pedro was a Cibolero, a Mexican buffalo hunter, and your friend. He knew, and kept too, the unspoken rule that no hunter operating out of Carson's Folly hunts more than their fair share, to preserve the buffalo herds. But that was before the folk from the Santa Fe, before folk from Santa Fe arrived. From a big company called the New Mexico Mercantile. Under their boss, Garrett Pemberton, they don't care about preserving the herds. They just want to kill as many buffalo as they can for the money their hides will fetch. Pemberton took the best room at the Graceland Hotel, while his crew, about 20 all told, camped down in the West Fields. However, despite waltzing into town like the cock of the walk, Pemberton hasn't been able to carry on with impunity. There's an opposition to them. honing in on the town's hunting business, risking the herds, risking Carson's Folly's future. The settlement's founder, Hosea Townsend, has had stern words with Pemberton over it, but to no avail. But Pedro Lopez got angry. He had a blazing row with Pemberton a couple of weeks ago. Pedro eventually grabbed his hunting gear and storming out of town to avoid gunplay, he was found dead a couple of days later. Rumor has it, he was killed by a bear. Something don't smell right about that, though. Pedro was an expert tracker and would never be taken by surprise by a bear. And he was found in Dawson's Canyon to the southwest of town, when his hunting route should have been taking him southeast. A few days ago, Raymond Osorio, Luisa's brother, went out onto the plains to see what Pemberton's men are doing. He said he'd be back for Pedro's funeral, but he hasn't returned yet. For you guys, the players, obviously, your brother's gone out looking for the Pembertons and for these people who are hunting the herds, and today is a sad day, though, because this is Pedro's funeral. Maybe you stand in town somewhere and you are getting ready to head to the ceremony, the service. Is there anything in this moment that you guys would like to do, or anything you'd like to describe about yourselves before we start making our way over to the burial site?
Oh. I think Theodora, as she does a little bit of business in the fur trading, and she wears like some of her best furs that she keeps out for special occasions, and she holds her cross and says a little prayer in the mirror. She's making sure that she looks presentable, and thinks about her times that she's been out hunting with her Ramos and Louise. Just having memories of times out in the plain, and prays for his soul.
Anything else from anybody else?
Luis is sort of nervously pacing up and down. Obviously, one has to pay respects to the dead. This is important. It needs to be done. But at the same time, he wants to be out there on the trail, looking for his brother. So, the sooner we get this body in the ground, as far as he's concerned, the better.
Yeah.
I think Flynn, who will have to maintain this accent both in and out of character, will be clutching his rosary, thinking of back home, and yet another funeral, another body in the ground. It's just another damn day, but also keeping an eye out on the horizon for fears that maybe trouble might be brewing.
Anything from Lovelace?
Not currently, no.
No, that's fine. To which end then, you guys all congregate outside a building, maybe close to where you guys all live, and you will start making your way across to the funeral. You walk north along Carson's Folly's main street. It's dirty and dusty with piles of logs, boxes, and tarpaulin all over. And it's busy. People bustling about their business, but some are walking your way, and as you head to the foot of the Arawana Mountain and the shabby wooden shack that serves as the town's church. As you walk, you pass by the Rose Saloon, a rough drinking room run by the even rougher Harbin Rose. Then, Emma Beck's general store, which she runs with her friend, Maynard Henson. At the top of the street, you can see the Barriera livery and boarding house. And as you turn right and past the fanciest building in town, the Graceland Hotel, run by Thomas Graceland. He's a popular man who hates the town's patriarch, Hosea Townsend. Townsend operates his trading post just on the east side of the Cottonmouth Creek, so named for the deadly snakes that live in it. And just beyond that, you see Abuela's Saloon, run by Anna Maria Daniela, and home to the old gunslinger, Rich Wilson, who has apparently hung up his guns once and for all. You pass over the creek on the flimsy boards that serve as a bridge, and turn north again. You follow the dusty trail up to the cemetery, and to say one final goodbye to your old friend. And as you make it to this shanty church, it's wind and sand eroded wood that's been painted maybe again a few times, There's a small bell on a tattered rope that gets pulled for service. You can see that the people in the distance are starting to make their way up, but maybe with, you know, being so close to Pedro, you guys are some of the first that are there. You guys can head on in if you want, or you can hang around outside. It's completely up to you. But there's a priest there. They would have a name. They are. He's just scrolling through the PDF really quickly.
Tristy McPriestface.
Father Corbus Henny. Probably sees like an old timer, but like with a really big bald spot on top. Really thin grey hair, but it's like straggly and long around the back. Doesn't carry weapons or anything, but he's got like a loose blouse on and like one of those high collars and a bolo. Nods to you all.
Morning, Father.
Hi, good morning to you.
It is no good morning, but hello, Padre.
I trusted that you'd be here first to see Pedro. Did you want to come in and see the body?
See.
That'd be alright, yes. That's alright with you, Father?
Aye, it's not a problem for me. And opens the doors and leads you into this rickety church where there's not even pews, they're literally like bar benches that have been nailed back together several times. Maybe like the saloons had a few fights and now the church is repurposing them into places where the congregation can sit. But there's an old it's a casket made of old wood, and at the moment it's open and you can see Pedro's body. And Father's like, aye, right, nasty business. Looks like that bear got him good.
Does it look like he's been attacked by a bear?
Well, this is where we're going to start making our first roll.
Whoa.
So, looking at the body, you can make me a doctoring roll,
Doctoring.
or you can,
A doctory.
yeah, so doctoring actually, that's probably going to be the best one.
Oh, there it is.
If you are trained in doctoring,
Or have no numbers in
no,
that,
so it'd just be based off of the associated skill that you have at the top, or you could aid somebody else if you have something in doctoring, and then the person with the highest doctoring would make that with plus ones being aided by other people.
Would
so
it be possible to roll nature instead? Because it being a bear, might know what a bear's claws look like compared to, for example, a gunshot wound or something.
I'm going to say yes.
Very well.
So, if you're looking at nature then, who's got the highest nature? Or who has the highest doctoring?
Cunning.
I got a,
I will be rolling 5 for nature.
I
Okay.
just, yeah,
So
5
you've
for
got
nature.
5 in nature, and then what have you got in the associated skill?
Oh, no, nature is 2, the skill is 3, 5 total.
Perfect, cool, awesome.
Likewise, and a 4 for doctrine.
So highest is 5 for nature.
I only have the associated skills with either of those, so I don't know.
No, so you wouldn't be able to aid in that one anyway.
I have neither, although I do have a 1 in animal handling.
Okay, so it's going to be you making the roll. But if you want to aid,
I would like to.
you would get a plus 1 dice to this. So you'd need to take the amount of dice that you have, or need for the roll, of which the first 5 must be those trouble dice.
Oh.
So if you roll them all together, how many dice is this total? 5.
6.
6 total. Okay. If you roll them in that tray, please, so that we can see what the trouble dice. And remember, 1s and 6s are important here, especially on the trouble dice. If any of them are cocked, feel free to re-roll them.
That is 1 6.
1 6.
And no 1s.
No 1s. Perfect. So, the first thing that you guys would notice is that anybody with a doctoring skill whatsoever, there is a fucking knife wound in their back. You can like turn them over and there is a gaping, very sharp-edged cut to their basically back lungs, which you know for a fact is a stab wound.
So, does any of the Teen Horn trackers and hunters, do we know if any of their nickname is Bear? Because this was no bear.
But also, with a success, with 1 success, you would also know that Lopez was dead before the bear mauled him. Killed with a knife blow to the back of the neck.
The bear will eat what it can find, just
Now,
like any man.
If,
Somebody else killed it, the bear is being blamed.
if you'd like to push the roll to try and get more successes, you absolutely can. You could spend a faith point to do such things. You might get more information with more successes, but you've got to work out the gamble now as to whether or not that's enough information that you want out of this.
Personally, I'm thinking first roll of the game might be worth saving the fate points for something else. But if anybody has any...
Not quite agree. It's a stab wound.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, and the father's like,
nasty business.
"Hey, well, I hadn't really had a look around there. The towns, get the burials prepared. I had just, performed last rites. That's one hell of a wound."
Indeed.
I don't suppose that anyone else has come up here and, had a look, been around, seen the body. I know we're a bit early for the service, but
Well,
if anyone else has come so far.
they would say that they have. They would mention that they nod to Luis and they would say, your brother, Raymond Osorio, he was up here. He had a look and he didn't like what he saw. He went off to see if he could find some of Pemberton's men. See if maybe he could track down where Pedro had been.
To find Pemberton's men. So are you saying he went into town to look for them? Because
No, he went out to the fields.
Ah.
He went out on the hunting trails to see whereabouts
See.
people
Okay.
had been.
They're probably out killing so many buffalo again.
But I'm sure he'll be back for the service. I'm sure you could ask him yourself.
I truly hope he is. Yeah, I've not seen him for quite some time. And my attempt at a Mexican accent is going Russian.
So I'm going into Nordic with my Irish, so it's absolutely fine.
I might just drop the Mexican side of things and maybe just try and do an American Southern accent, because I can do that one.
Do whatever makes you feel comfortable, dude. It's really, you don't even have to do an accent.
Yes, I do.
To which end, people are now starting to arrive at the funeral. And we're seeing like a few different townsfolk, especially like different Ciboleros, these buffalo hunters, which you would all know around the town are really quite, the unspoken rule of only hunting what you need and going from there. One in particular is a lady called De La Fuente. Her actual name is Marisol De La Fuente. She turns up and she's looking very somber, hat over her chest as she enters the church and sits down. The town's patriarch turns up, Haziah Townsend. He is this Hispanic American male who has been given a position of power in the town. He also turns up. And as the townspeople start to fill up the church and we're waiting for the service to start, a couple of other people turn up. Pemberton with two other associates, two of their own people, come to pay their respects, and they kind of stand near the back of the church, and the service begins to flare up, and the father
Make a point of sitting near Flynn. Or next to Flynn.
yeah, I imagine that you guys are all together on one of the front pews, and it's like, we're gathered here, and I'm from Scandinavia now. Well, we're gathered here today.
Very mixed heritage.
I may lose the Irish accent because I'm just not keeping that one up. And we're gathered here today to mourn the loss of one of the Ciboleros of the town, Pedro. And we all knew him, we all loved him. He was a fine hunter and a fine member of Carson's Folly. But as the service goes on, the two men that are with Pemberton, you hear every now and again like little laughs and little chortles, and like they begin like tussling with each other a little bit, and it's quite disrespectful. And every now and again, Marisol De La Fuente turns around and she's like daggers from her eyes, like staring at them, and like the pastor carries on and is just trying to ignore them. And he's like, and I'm sure that everybody is just here to pay their respects, and just carries on, and he's now American. And but it, every now and again, like they'll like make a rollie, have a cigarette, spit on the ground. Just these little things that you just would not do. And at the end of the funeral, when the body's taken outside to the graveyard and you all kind of go out, and eventually Pedro is lowered into the ground, one of them is like, good riddance. And everybody hears it in this silence. And De La Fuente just snaps. And she just marches over and just shoves Pemberton. And the people that you can see that are with him are definitively Pemberton, who is obviously the leader of this mercantile, this mercenary kind of like hunting guild that has come in from Santa Fe, and then these two other individuals that like one is bearded and heavily scarred, the other one is would look kind of dirty and is really quite. I'm trying to find the actual description of him. Scruffy with this like blonde hair, and they laugh when she shoves Pemberton, and then they start to get rowdy, and they are like, "I shouldn't have done that, Missy," and they start like stepping up, and they are like shoving her back. You can see,
Yeah, I'm right behind her.
Yeah,
Yeah,
tell me what you guys are doing.
yeah.
Right behind her, hands on weapons. The hell did you even come here for?
See, like Pemberton's like, now,
No
boys.
goddamn respect.
I came here to pay my respects. I'm sorry that that Miss De La Fuente here is a little hot-headed. But
All
no.
right, no. We're not going to be blaming the women now. All right, your lads have been disrespectful all feckin' day.
I was about to, but before you cut me off, say that, you know, and my boys, maybe they were a little disrespectful. I came here to pay my respects to Pedro. Now, Valentine, Melker, why don't you say an apology to the good little lady here? And like, the blonde scruffy haired one's like, rightful sorry, ma'am. You can see like the smirk on his face. The other one's just like scarred face, it's Melker, Bjorn Melker. And like his eyes kind of cloudy and you know, missing teeth. This like real scruffy looking labourer. He's like, just grunts. See? Now my boys have said sorry. Why don't you all say sorry to my boys too? Why don't we don't want trouble here at no funeral.
Well, I'm sure that you were looking for trouble, and I'd be all too happy to oblige.
Well, and like the father now is like, look, we are in a place of God. We do not want trouble here. We do not want that. And Haziah Townsend comes over as well. He's like, look, Pemberton, why now? Like, we get it. You know, we've got our differences, but like, of all days, really? It's like, I just came to pay my respects. You know, if you guys want to get all hot-headed about it, then that's fine. But like, my boys are always looking for a tussle. But I'm saying that I just came to pay my respects. Boys? And he like nods to them, and they're like, huh. And you can see them like eyeing you all up.
I'm gonna flex.
Yeah? Let's check the associated rolls. Is there like an intimidate roll or anything on there?
Let's have a look. There's a presence. Do you think that's it?
Fuck it, give me a presence roll.
Okay, so that's...
I would say, if anybody else has got presence in this, since you were all backing them up.
I do.
Presence.
Game +1 to presence. Oh no, so I can't do that.
So, what's your presence score?
2.
What's your
With
presence
the
score?
association.
0?
0.
0. So, you're going to make the roll and you're going to give the +1 because you're allowed to actually give it to the person with the higher stats and then aid the other one. But technically, it's still a group thing. So you're going to make a presence roll. You're going to have a +1 from Flynn. I am going to forget your name.
I think like roleplay wise, my backer, or as Flynn's flexing, I'm like just hands on his shoulders, just giving him a little, just a little.
Just holding him back.
And then it's just like a little side. I just hand like on the gun, but I'm not undoing it, but the hand's there, and that's like my little presence.
Okay, make the roll. So what's the dice total that you've got?
I'm trying to know because so this is a talent.
Yeah, okay, talents are good.
Gain +1 to presence when leaning into your. I'm not really leaning into my authority of power or personality. So.
You might be here. I'm going to quickly look at talents in the book because that is something that is probably important. So, injuries, weapons, gear, horses. Where are you? Where are
This
you?
music's an
Where
absolute
are you?
ball.
Yeah. So, let's have a look at talents. It's fast action, slow actions. And this is one of the things, is actually this rulebook is only like 69 pages. Nice.
Nice.
That's...
I just got that. Nice.
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 Where are you?
And I'm so sorry.
Because I do want to bring up the talents. Because they do play in this game. We found that, like, luckily having Dave and Matthew run it, they were like, that's your talent, do this with the rolls. I unfortunately am not at that level, and I am going to have to look it up. As is anybody else out there who is learning the game for the first time. So...
That's the fun of learning new games. Get to find out new things.
Learning.
New knowledge
New
goes into the
knowledge.
brainy matter.
Goes out
While we're
immediately.
doing this, can I get over to do?
Of course you can, yeah.
Sorry.
You do not need to ask.
Okay, alright.
You do not need my permission while I try and find the talents.
Should I be polite?
No, you're absolutely fine.
Do I get?
So, yeah. I mean, it is technically authority. You're probably well known in the town. So, I mean, I will give you the +1.
Okay.
So, how many dice is that total?
So, it would be 6 plus the one from authority plus the one from you.
So 8. So the first 5 of those have to be the trouble dice.
So 5, 6, 7, 8.
So roll it up.
Oh, that's a lot of
my
ones.
God.
That one is very cocked down.
Holy shit, that is a lot of ones, isn't it? So now what you need to do is...
It's because that's leaning on. The
Yeah, no, just roll it. Re-roll that particular one. Okay. So, out of the trouble dice, I need to know how many of those are the ones.
3 ones.
Excellent.
Oh
and
my
how many
God.
of those are 6s?
None.
No 6s.
You might want to push that.
Okay.
I am actually going to push that.
Okay, so you get to spend a faith point. You leave the ones where they are.
Yep,
You leave the
and then
6s where they are, which you've got
Well,
none.
if I had any.
And I'm going to get the trouble table up.
Oh.
Now-
Why do dice always hate
Once you've rolled those, I'll talk about something
Yeah.
else to do with faith.
Oh, come here. Actually, I've rolled you 3, so the next 3 get to come out. Oh, come on. Stay in my hands. Oh,
So,
that's another one.
okay.
4 ones. Oh, it's gonna go so badly. I'm not flexing them furs like... What are you doing? Picking
Okay.
up a Flynn.
Page down. Because the other thing you can do with
like
faith
that.
points is buy off your trouble. And that's what I just need to look up now. So, I'm going to read out the trouble rules so that people can hear them. Relying on your faith and pushing your roll can be troublesome, even if your pushed roll succeeds. Any ones rolled on your trouble dice bring unfortunate events to your door.
Oh, God.
After you push a roll, count up all the trouble dice that came up 1, and then roll on the relevant column table, which we'll do in a minute. This will reveal the nature and severity of your trouble, depending on the situation. However, those with faith can mitigate the effects of trouble. Whenever a trouble die results in a 1, the player may use a faith point to buy off that die of trouble.
Well, I mean, I've already spent 1 faith, so I can only spend another 3. I don't feel like doing this. I feel like just rolling with 4 ones. We'll see
Okay.
how it goes.
So.
You remained loyal to me.
You win.
I painted that one, so it
got a
remains
lot of
loyal.
So do we?
We got a lot of trouble going on. We heating this up.
Is that
Do you know how doors work?
Apparently not.
That's fine. That's fine.
Oh, it worked.
I'm so sorry, I can't take him anywhere.
Excuse me, what we have to set. Okay, so there is a trouble table. I'm now looking at that. The amount of ones depicts what kind of trouble you're into.
Oh, a lot by the looks of it.
So, and
At
there's
least
3
only
of
3 of them are trouble dice.
Only 3 out of the 4.
You remained loyal.
Okay. Your action seems so disrespectful or disgraceful that a nearby non-player character attacks you with a slap or a punch to put you in your place. To which end, because you guys are like rising to the challenge. Yeah. Okay.
We're gonna fight a funeral.
Can you roll me, please? The.
I'm not sure I want to roll. No, I will, because it's the thing, but still.
we are going to grab. How many d6s is this? So. Where are you? There we go.
Well, I think things are hotting up a little in here.
Yeah, okay, cool.
You're not the only big beasts I hunt. These bears aren't the only big beasts I hunt.
Yeah, okay. Could you roll me
That's correct.
6 dice, please? So 5 trouble and then 1 non-trouble. Any 6s?
1 6 and no 1s.
Okay, so this like gnarly, scarred-looking goon, basically, sees you. They know not to start a fight here, but they spit in your face. And it is just like, as you go to speak, it's like he's been waiting and he goes, and it's just, straight in your mouth.
Oh, I just turn over, I retch, and I'm trying to like spit it out.
And like, the pastor is like, hi! And this is where like the town's spokesperson, Townsend, steps in the middle. He's like, you need to get out of here, Pemberton, now. And they just laugh. I'll see you soon. And then, it's not Pemberton, this is the guy that spat in your mouth, basically says that, and then they turn around and Pemberton's like, get out! And they leave the church. And Marisol de la Fuente is just red with rage. She is like, you can see she's like ready on the draw with a pistol. And she's like, starts speaking in Spanish, and like does like the crucifix, and she like turns to Father Hines, and she's like, I'm so sorry, Father. And she's just like, thank you to you, and you can see that the church, which was, you could hear a pin drop, is now starting to murmur.
He was our amigo too. We could not let him disrespect him like that. Those hijos de puta! And I'll just look up at the crucifix like, sorry for my language.
And Townsend is like, I know, but this is a place of God, a place of worship, and it's bad enough with Pedro dead. We don't want more blood spilled today, not in here, and...
We gotta do something about them Pembertons, though.
It must have been one of them who killed him.
Neil like hand you a hanky.
Oh.
And is just like...
Oh, I feel so dirty. Oh. Come on, taste that for weeks.
De La Fuente is like, yeah, it's probably them that killed him anyway. Scumbags. And, yeah, you guys stand around. She begins to tell you that it was her that found Pedro's body. And, you know, in this moment, is there anything you guys would like to do?
I'm gonna ask her, when you found his body, was there anything around him? Any sign of anyone else?
She's like, oh, I was worried about, and I'm gonna get the Spanish accent murdered here.
Oh, of course.
I was worried about Pedro, and he left in such a huff. No. He left
You put in there, Mark.
the Starfighter reference. I'm just gonna go to a normal accent. He left in such a rush that he was so angry, and I don't know, the Pembertons and their group from Santa Fe, they've been really working the ground recently, and it was, you know...
If they keep going the way they do, we won't have a town no more, because we will have nothing to hunt.
And that's what Pedro was arguing with them at Graceland's. He stood up and accused them of just outright money hoarding and just...
Darn tootin'.
Not caring about the buffaloes, not caring about the natives. They just are here for one reason. And he then trekked out to go talk to them in the fields, and I don't know, something just wasn't right. And I decided to go down to see him, but there were no tracks. I couldn't see his horse, I couldn't see anything to the southeast. So when I started looking for tracks, I found that he was gone west.
Yeah,
where the-
because you said he was found out by Dawson's Creek, didn't you?
Dawson's Creek.
Dawson's Creek. Oh no! Dawson's Canyon.
And and you can tell she's.
Oh god, the subject suddenly changed.
You can tell she's very hot-headed, and she's like, I picked up his trail, which was unusual for it to be heading west, and I followed it to Dawson's Canyon, where that's where I found Pedro's body fallen in a gully.
I mean,
But I didn't see a sign of a bear. I didn't see a sign of wildlife around him. Something's not right.
I mean, I can't imagine him going down to Dawson's Canyon for. It's just not the normal.
Nobody goes down there for shits and gigs.
There's no buffalo there, so why would you?
Do we know what is in that area? Like, is there?
Yeah, I mean, it's part of the big wilderness that's out there, and obviously like the buffalo and stuff like that. But actually, it's at this point that Isaiah Townsend, the leader of the town, who's with you, is like, look, Marisol, I get it. I think something's off too, but Luis, where's Raymond?
I don't know. As soon as we're finished here at this here funeral, I'm gonna go out looking for him, because he's been gone a couple of days now.
Couple of days.
Yeah, he went out looking for signs of anything else other than what the story currently is,
Yep.
but he was
found it.
supposed to be back for Pedro's funeral. They were best friends.
Yeah, he found it just as fishy as the rest of us. He went out looking for proof.
And
I should have been with him.
the fact that he ain't back worries me.
Yeah.
I can't ask you to go out looking, especially if people are dropping like hot flies around here. But
Trust me, amigo, you don't need to.
I guess what I'm saying is that like he's probably gone out west. We know where Pedro's body was found. We know that he's gone towards Dawson's Creek, and I couldn't resist it.
He is out of the genre.
He's gone forward in time, yeah. Which is what your character reminds me of. Like the way you're playing it is like Marty's like great ancestor from the times of like Back to the Future. It's like, oh, you're right there.
Sure.
I think Raymond's maybe heading for somewhere in that region, maybe towards Eagletail Mountain. It's a good day or two's ride, but maybe he's found something. Maybe that's why he's not back yet.
I think it's a safe bet to maybe go looking for him, because he'd never would have missed this.
No.
Not on purpose.
If he is not here, he is in trouble.
Lewis, hon, I know what it's like to have missing families, so I mean, I was going out hunting soon anyway, so I'm happy to come out with you and have a look for him.
Teresa, if you would, I would be incredibly in your debt.
Always.
Well, if we're going out hunting people, or hunting buffalo, I don't care. As long as I can shoot something.
Sounds good.
You see, like, Hosea smiles and like nods to you. He's like,
That
think
bloodlust. You do remind me of my daughter sometimes.
seems like the sport now might be human.
That's
Sounds good to me.
the dangerous game.
And yeah,
Hosea, before we go, do you mind just securing Pedro's house? Just in case. I mean, I don't mean, but like in case he found anything.
I mean, this is where I'm going to hand over to, this is like an argument. Do you live with Raymond, and is Pedro close enough that you guys all sort of share the same area? He's got his own place. I'm going to turn to you, Luis, in this moment. Where does, in the town...
I would say probably, yeah, I would live in, same house as Ramon, and Pedro probably, like, next door sort of thing.
Yeah, maybe it's like a heavier Mexican community
Yeah.
in like one of the areas, and it probably is on the map, but I just haven't had time to read it. I know that the saloons and everything else like that is marked, but yeah, and he's like, I sure can. I mean, Raymond's always already been through there and tried to put together any effects that he might need in death, but also, you know, unfortunately, this is an unforgiving frontier, and anything useful is usually salvaged back to the town. So I guess it's just personal effects, really, and then we'll go from there. But look, if you're heading out, just, you know, make sure you saddle up proper. Make sure, you know, you're gonna be all right. Just hate to lose more good people who follow the rules in this town.
Keep an eye on that Pemberton. I feel he's gonna use the vacuum for his own gain.
I think so too. I think that he's gonna head back to Graceland's and he's gonna sit there and drink and smoke and gamble, and I think those two ruffians are gonna head back out to the Westfields and hunt more buffalo than they're not supposed to. Be careful out there.
Of course.
I hand over to you guys at this point. What would you like to do? You're currently in the church still, but if you are looking to leave, if you are anything you want to do before maybe getting horses and heading out west.
I mean, Pedro's your kind of neighbor and stuff. Do you think it's worth looking to see if, I don't know, if he's been stabbed, maybe he knew something?
I mean, personally, I'm thinking I want to get out there, find my brother before he turns up with a knife wound in his back. But if you want to look through Pedro's things, then
I mean, I think the
Could help.
problem with Pedro is that maybe he was just getting a little bit too up in their faces, getting up in their business. He wasn't quiet about his disdain, so.
see, I'm thinking probably he did find something, and then he got stabbed. I doubt he would have had time to go back home with it.
True.
Is it a case of gear up, get out, hit the road?
I'm thinking so.
Meet on the outskirts towards Dawson's Canyon in about an hour?
You
Seems
got it.
alright.
Sounds good.
Alright.
For the sake of the next hour, you guys do what you need to do. So you're going to Pedro's house, are you?
I wouldn't mind, like, just having a quick, like, peruse around Pedro's house, like, things looking, you know, possibly, like, little hidden effects or kind of thing.
Yeah, sure. So making your way over there is pretty easy. You will all know the town very well, and you know, Carson's Folly is a very small community, and you know, you head on over, and the house is unlocked. You
Oh,
can
forgive
go.
me for trespassing.
You can head on in, and there's a decent layer of like sand and dirt on everything, but nothing's been like turned over. Nothing's been tossed. But you can give me a Hawkeye roll if you so wish to.
I don't have that.
You can, okay, so you just roll the associated dice skill. Of which, how many dice is that?
It's 3.
Yeah, 3 triple dice.
You seem...
Tamsin's superstitious nature comes in.
Yeah.
You 3 were that one. You 2 can go away.
Get an apple tray for it.
I think the 2's called.
The 2 is definitely cocked.
Out of the tray. So I will say as well, actually, something that I missed here. Townsend would let you know that he's probably headed for Eagletail Mountain, which is where he probably intends to camp before heading east across Blossom Mesa to pick up on the buffalo herds trailing between a word that I do not know how to pronounce, and Turkey Mountains. Tinaja.
Say it again.
Tinaja?
Tinaj.
Tinaja.
What is it?
Tinaja.
Tinaja, I'd say, or Tinaja. Tinaja? I think it's Tinaja. It depends. It's
Forgive our ignorance.
Linguistically, it's in a iffy construct. I'd go Tinaja.
Tanaja and Turkey Mountains. It's probably where the buffaloes are currently herding, which is where Ramon would probably have suspicions that either if there's foul play or if it's penitence or if anything like that, that's where they would have been, and that's where Pedro would have gone. So he's sort of following that trail. Yeah. To which end?
None on any of them.
No ones, no sixes.
No.
I mean, you can push the roll if you want. But so far, everything seems pretty standard. You might find a silver dollar inside probably like inside a Bible. that's been kept there for safekeeping. Looks quite old and tarnished. I mean, if you want to take the dollar, you can add $1 to your...
Oh, I will. I'll give it to charity, don't you worry.
My charity.
This guy.
My middle name is a charity.
Mr. Superman here.
To which end, yeah, if you guys can re-meet up back at the stables, back at wherever, and I believe you should all have horses.
Yep.
Of sorts.
Of sorts?
Of sorts.
I've got a hot horse.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
A hot horse.
Yeah, its traits are aggressive and hot horse.
Yeah.
Wow.
I don't know what that means, but apparently it's hot.
I've got an American quarter.
You do?
I have an American quarter.
Oh,
I've got a mule.
Yeah! Oh, I love it!
Its qualities, none.
I just watch you trotting up on your mule and just like,
So, yeah, and you guys, like,
oh, Flynn, honey.
Saddle
you'll be
up.
all right.
I'm very comfortable. Reminds me of home.
So the reason that you have different horses, there is stat blocks for them, and it's very simple. They've got like a riding modifier, which American Quarter is 0, and Mustang is -1, so I imagine a hot horse must be a -1. And Paint or Pinto, which I imagine is,
+1.
since Pinata or something, I'm
Must be
making an
like a
assumption.
donkey, yeah.
Must be a +1 for a donkey. They have a certain amount of grit, they have a certain amount of quick, and they have abilities, and they have quality options like easy to ride, fast and loyal for a American Quarter, aggressive, fast, hot horse for the Mustang, and graceful, painted coat and steady.
Mine literally says none.
So maybe like the mule is like literally its own thing.
And my riding bonus is -2.
Really? Oh my god, I love it.
I was going to say.
Let's be real.
So that will come
This-
off animal handling, by the way, when we get to
Yeah.
it. So
Okay.
This
I
is
love
the
it.
best thing that me personally could have got. Let's be real.
especially with the
It
character that I know
works.
you're writing for a certain thing that's coming up. Which, if you're watching this, and hopefully we're recording the live shows when they come up, I can't wait for your fucking
I know.
character. I hate them so much. To which end, do you guys mosey on out of town?
darn dude.
I'll let you lead the way. You probably know best where Raymond's going.
Indeed.
Did you find anything in old Pedro's place?
Nope.
No.
Nah, nothing particularly. I've got a little silver quarter. Might pop it into some charity if we see it along the way.
Yeah, bit of put it in the communion
I'll
box.
always appreciate it.
Yeah. Or if any of us die, quarter for the ferryman.
Indeed.
Okay, so
Trit trot.
Trit trot indeed.
Yeah.
Yeehaw, party on. So, we want... Go. As you guys take your 3 horses and a mule, I think the cinematic moment we see here is that, like, Luis... Like, I think even with this music, like, we see, like, the sunset in the background, and, like, we see maybe, like, the long duster behind as, like, one-handed, the other one maybe, like, a bit of jerky, maybe a cigarette, or, you know, a canteen of something. We see Lovelace, whose name I don't... Who was the first name?
Bridget.
Bridget. We see Bridget. And how does Bridget ride? Like, is it quite stern? Is it, like, relaxed? How does she ride?
Relaxed, I would say.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Smile on her face and just, like...
Just very, very, very sure of herself, and sort of knowing how to roll with rides.
Yeah,
Side of-
and like maybe like her Stetson is like on a string and it's like behind now because obviously like it can't really stay on in the wind, but her hair is like just that moment of like free
Feeling
wind
the
and just
wind.
like yeah, she's just smiling and going with it. What about
Old
Theodora?
So, you know, she's got like a little stick in her mouth. She went out.
A cocktail stick.
Little cocktail stick. She's got some chewing tobacco going on, and she's just like quite relaxed, keep it, but just like constantly just like scanning out around us, having a little just keep an eye out.
and struggling to keep up at the rear.
Stay now. Not too fast. Careful now. Down with this sort of thing.
You know in like Sherlock Holmes when he's on like the type, it's like
Scotland.
that's what I imagine like the mule is doing.
Yeah.
To which end I would like animal handling rolls from you all, please, with those relevant modifiers. So we'll probably have to go around the table and give it the trouble dice.
Then I've got 2.
Let's start over here with Bridget. What have you got in animal handling?
1.
1 and the associated skill with it.
4.
So 4 total. So that is going to be. And do you have a modifier as well to your horse?
Plus 1.
5 dice.
5 of them.
Yeah, you got to be rolling the trouble dice.
All of them.
Yeah. Do you want to put it back under the camera so we can see?
Sorry.
Oh, yes.
Bit further. There you go.
There we go.
Keep it honest. Okay. No ones.
Ooh,
1 6.
And a 6. Okay. Theodora, how many dice you got?
Pretty much very similar. 1. It's cunning, so 4 and 5 as well.
5 of those dice, please. All ones. A Townsend special.
Emily's rubbing off on me.
Okay, that one's definitely cocked.
Single 6. Luis.
Right, so I've got 2 animal handling, 3 cunning, so total 5, but minus 1 because I've got a Mustang, so that's
Mustang.
4 total. Yeah! Onward, Sargento!
Oh, I love it. You know, add a dice for that. Anything.
Solid
I got
6.
one
Well,
6.
6, we've got successes all across the board. Now then. Oh, playing on the mule. What's your, like, what are your guys' horses called? Because this is like my favourite bit. Like, Bridget, has your horse got a name?
Lucy.
Lucy. Theodora.
I'm gonna say Eloise after my sister.
Nice.
Luis.
Argento.
Yeah.
Sinead O'Connor.
Fuck you. Roll it up.
How should I do it?
As you ride Sinead O'Connor across the frontier. Nothing compares.
I've got a 2 in animal handling and 3 in the attributes. So
But minus
5,
a
but
2.
minus a 2 for a 3.
All ones, all fucking ones, please.
Okay, let's choose you 3. Oh, 2 6s! Damn! Sinead!
So, as you guys,
She's a good ride.
Nothing compares to
with a complete success, you have like a day of, following trails and knowing which way you're going as the sun, always rises in the east, but it sets in the west, and you are riding into the sunset at this point. And that's the cinematic we've got of like everybody, even the mule, just cantering along. You're stopping for the bits you'd stop at, checking the ground, you are looking for somewhere to camp, and you can travel 20 miles in a day on these
Nice.
animals. As you literally, within about a day, get towards the foot of this mountain. However, you do need to make camp, and with that, we will need a nature roll.
Oh, I do have camping gear, which gives a +1 to the nature roll.
There you go. So, what is your nature total? Who's got the highest?
No.
I would be rolling a +6.
So I'd have a total of 5.
5, 6.
6, yeah, 6 with the
Yes, with
camping gear,
yeah.
yeah, 6.
I've got nothing.
I'm not. No.
Okay, so either of you can roll, but if you want to aid, the other one can give the other one another dice. So that'll be 7 dice. Who wants to roll it?
Who wants it?
Like, Louis seems to be
Yeah.
leading the charge here.
Do you want to take it?
Okie dokie.
I think that's 6.
So it's be
You get
7.
7.
And you get
Oh,
one more
yes,
for the
yes,
ace.
Yeah.
true. Forgot about that.
Oh, 1 1.
Ooh, that ain't good.
There's a
Is the one on the trouble dice or not?
That's a 1 on triple dice. I'm going to push that.
Okay, so leave the one where it is,
Yep.
and then re-roll the rest of them, please.
Oh, 6.
Oh! No, that's 2 more 1s.
So that is 3 1s and a 6.
Okay, remember you can buy off your trouble dice if you so wish to. So you've spent 1 to push, so you're down to 3 points. Every other fate point you can use to buy off those 1s. So you've got how many 6s?
1 6.
Okay, how many 1s?
3.
It's up to you.
One of those isn't a trouble dice, so does that count?
No, I believe it's only on the trouble dice.
Right, so in that case it's 1 6 and 2 1s.
What are you doing? Are you wanting to buy those off, or are you gonna...
So we're buying them off. Is it a 1 for 1 or is it
1 for 1. The more trouble you have, the worse it's gonna be.
It's only 2 trouble. It's still early days.
How bad could camping be?
Yeah, I'm going to take the gamble and leave it. So I'm just like riding around. Ramon and I have a camp around here somewhere. It's been a while since I used it though. Where the hell has it gone?
Okay.
Did you forget the 10 pegs?
You are tongue-tied, or you are going to be essentially exhausted to a way. You're going to take a -1 penalty on all ability rolls relating to mental tests, social tests, for what is essentially the rest of the scene.
Ooh.
So, with that one... Yeah. You do get the successes though, and you can find a really decent place to camp for the night, which means that you are going to... all of the rest of you are going to have a decent night's sleep. You know, you set up camp, you tell stories, you know, talk about tracking, you know, do whatever you would do around a camp, eating beans. That's what I just imagine is what you do, because I've watched Rango loads. Yeah, don't pass the beans. One of my favourite films.
Got something in your eye there.
And yeah, but you unfortunately having like maybe exhausted your mental state, maybe exhausted what you have been doing for the day tracking, yeah, you're going to take a -1 until the next scene, because this game plays out in scenes, and
Very fun.
while we're now in the yeehaw moment of traveling.
Bean scene.
Where the hell is
I'm
that
just
camp?
eating a raw potato.
Oh, we're here already. Shit.
Spaced out a wee bit there.
Little bit. Ugh. I'm gonna need to sleep.
Rest and bones.
But it's a lovely spot out here. But
I can't sleep.
Okay, so if there's anything you guys want to do throughout the night, now's the time to say. If not, we will move into the morning and try and pick up the trail.
I think it might be a good idea to have somebody keep watch.
Yeah. So if you guys are going to keep watch through the night, you can basically all make a Hawkeye roll. And you know, I'm not going to say like set up a watch and go like D&D style. We'll just say individually make a Hawkeye roll, and we'll see if anything happens. Starting with, I suppose, since Bridget suggested it, Bridget's starting the watch first.
Cool. So I have no Hawkeye whatsoever,
Do you have anything with the associated skill?
but 4 cunning.
So roll 4 dice.
4. Okay.
So 4 of the trouble dice.
Trouble.
Although actually, what we could do is make this a group check, which would mean that like, who else has got Hawkeye? No, what's your Hawkeye total?
My Hawkeye total would be... it would be 6. I also have +1 to Hawkeye when tracking in the wilderness.
That's going to come into play in a bit.
Yeah.
For now, because it's slightly different, I'm going to give you the +1 for having Hawkeye help, and just go for the whole group, actually, rather
Come
than
on.
do it individually.
see,
Yeah.
all 5.
All 5.
Now I want all 1s here, Tristan. Come on, Bridget.
Come on, Bridget, come the fuck on!
Well, you see some
1 and
things.
1.
A split?
1 and 1,
a six?
yeah.
1 and a 6. So,
Look at my green doing good.
you
Go
can,
green.
you can spend a faith to push the roll, you can spend a faith to mark off that 1 and make it just a success. What would you like to do? Or would you like to leave it as it is and have some trouble through the night?
Now I'm gonna
Buy it off?
push, but yeah.
Yeah, just going to buy it off. Absolutely fine. So you mark up a
Faith.
a
Do you
fate
wanna
point,
borrow-
and then basically you have 1 success, no failures.
There we go.
Throughout the night, what you hear is cattle in the distance, somewhere further out to the west. You're getting higher on the ground now, so sound that's at lower altitude you're starting to pick up on. There's like open valleys and stuff, and you're really hearing... Maybe you hear like some kind of singing in the distance. Maybe you hear the occasional gunshot.
You think that's them Pembertons going out there?
Who else would be hunting this late?
Oh, they are a menace to the town. Wouldn't it be a shame if one of them dropped their cigarettes and the hotel just popped?
That'd definitely be God smiting them down.
I mean, that'd take out Big Boy Pemberton, but we'd still have that camp full of his goons. I ain't even gonna call them hunters, just thugs.
I'd prefer to face a man straight between the eyes.
Smoke 'em out, and then shoot 'em.
As the night progresses.
Hypothetically, sorry.
No, I think that's it.
Pathetically.
You know, you're having this conversation as you guys, you know, are watching, maybe sitting by the fire. It crackles, embers into the night. You hear the occasional of like a bison off in the distance, or a you know, buffalo.
Big cow.
You also hear multiple voices singing, but then there's like rhythm to it. Maybe some natives? Somewhere, maybe a tribe? I'm not sure. But the morning comes, nothing assails you through the night. If you want to make a Hawkeye roll to pick the trail back up,
Sure.
and you get a plus to this as well,
Yeah.
then Luis, please,
So
make that roll.
1, 2, 3, and then Hawkeye, 1, 2, 3, and then +1 as well.
How many dice is this?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Although, would my -1 still count from the mental and social thingamajig?
It would, I'm afraid, because of your tiredness.
Adios, dice number 7.
Sleepy Louis.
But the person should be making this roll right now.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I see some ones.
Oh,
Fuck yeah.
that's
That's not
that's
a,
some trouble, but it isn't.
yeah.
Oh no.
3 1s and a 6.
Oh, Luis is slightly cursed.
So, you've got those faith points
I'm going to reduce by 2.
by 2. Are you going to push the roll with the rest of them to try and get more 6s? Or are you just leaving it where it is?
That would be my last faith point. I think I'm just going to leave it with the 1.
Okay, so,
1 6 1 1.
Damn.
let's find some more trouble for you. Let's see what's going on. Trouble at mill, lad.
Bastards.
Okay.
That's a bastardos. Just like to formally apologise to the proud country of Ireland.
I think I'm going to stick to this one because the other one doesn't really work so well. Maybe during the night you're cleaning your weapon. Is it a handgun that you've got?
Handgun and a rifle.
Pick one of them. You're going odds and evens.
1 to 3 is for rifle. 4 to 6 is the handgun. That's a 6, baby.
So your handgun, you managed to like do something where you're cleaning it, and in the morning, as the sun's coming up and you guys are ready to go, you don't really have time to properly put it back together properly. You're going to take a -1 penalty when using it from now on, or unless it breaks. So I think that maybe in a rush to put it away and go after your brother, you fuck it up somehow. So, to which end the next day? But you had a success in there, yeah?
Yes.
Okay. You pick up the trail again. You can tell that they camped not too far by, and what you see in the daytime is that camp, and you make your way to it, and you see that everything's sort of fine. There's obviously like a place where there was a horse, there's a place where there was a like sleeping mat, and where there was a small fire that's now like had dust kicked over it, and you know you can ascertain that nothing bad has happened here, and then you begin to move on through the day. Couple more hours of travelling, and I'm not even going to have you roll because of yesterday's phenomenal animal handling roll. You end up making it to a place called Eagletail Mesa and to the foothills of Eagletail Mountain. Here, you know that there's some favourable camping spots, and that Ramon would know about some of these. You end up moving further in, and one of them is on the... You start basically searching them all. You end up going to one on the southeastern face of Blossia Mesa, which is 10 miles further east of where you currently are. Could you all give me a nature... Well, actually, no. Who's got the highest nature?
I've got 5 nature.
What's your nature, Luis?
Nature would also be 5.
One of you can aid the other one.
I've been rolling a bunch. If you want to roll, I'll aid.
Yeah, sure. So it's
Probably for the best because you take a -1 to this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's
Oh, yeah, true.
1, 2, 3, 4. So it's 6 dice,
Yeah,
yeah?
then put that thing back
Oh,
there so we
so put that thing back where it came from.
Also help me. Oh, we spent too much time together.
That's very cocked. Let's try that again. Okay. 1 success.
1 success. Okay. You see that this camp that you end up at has not been used recently and was last occupied 5 or 6 days ago, roughly a day after Raymond left Carson's Folly.
This camp was used 5 to 6 days ago, not long after Raymond's departure from Carson's Folly.
Is there like him?
Seeing as we took over a day to get here, would he have been able to get there in that time, or would this have been somebody else?
You think that, depending on how hard he rode or how, which ways he went, you guys were following a trail and stuff, and actually, it's probably because there's a group of you that you had to slow down for certain bits, horse as a mule, which would slow you down. On his own, probably a lot quicker. Just going to open up a can of Western style.
Whoop-ass!
Monarch
One
butterfly.
was moving faster than we were, so yeah, this could well have been him.
But I mean, would he come back, or would he just make a camp for one night, go out, find another camp?
Yeah,
So it depends where the trail was leading him,
exactly.
what he found, or didn't find.
Where do you think he'd have headed off to next? Towards the buffalo, or...?
Well, seeing as he was looking for them no good folk, and they're heading after the buffalo, probably towards the buffalo.
What are we gonna do if we run into some of them Pemberton individuals? Delightful folks as they are.
Well, that is the question now, ain't it?
I mean, obviously I was speaking hypothetically yesterday, but...
I think play nice unless they don't play nice. Let them start it,
Yes.
and then we can finish it.
Indeed.
Just give me an excuse.
Bridget, you don't need many excuses.
5 hands gonna be a hell of a lot harder than
That
step
do be
one.
true.
But I mean, if we see them, do we want to try and keep out their way, or are we going to try and make ourselves, like, obvious?
I think maybe for now, keep it low and slow,
See,
like a good stew.
Ah,
But they
I do
just
love
do.
this juice.
Potatoes, potatoes, and potatoes, and salt.
Oh, you made a wonderful potato soup the other day.
Thank you very much, Theodora. I appreciate that. I pride myself on my potato stew.
I assume you guys are going to continue to see if you can follow the trail.
Yeah.
I'd like a Hawkeye roll, please. Obviously, whoever has the highest, minus any mental attributes that may be a
I
minus.
think it's still you.
yeah, I
isn't
think
it?
with the minus it's still me. I'm
Yeah.
just like at 6 rather than
If
7.
anybody's got it, they can add to this roll as well anyway.
Nothing on all right.
1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, of course it's 5. I know that already.
Counting.
And you know there's quite a few campsites around this area as well.
Oh,
Oh.
oh.
I'm cursed.
Well, it's only one.
And
How
And
many
is
you got?
that blue again?
that is a success on the
So 1 success, 1.
1 success, 1 fail.
Okay. Are you wanting to get rid of that fail or push the roll at all?
I'm gonna get rid of the roll, but at this point, after like having such a hard time with it out in the wilderness, I'm just like thinking, am I getting too old for this shit? Are my eyes starting to go? What's wrong with me?
Okay. You can mark it off there. Makes it
Because
just 1
I am
success.
at 0 faith points.
Okay. So you can now only regain them with a roll of 4 sixes.
Ooh.
Otherwise, do lean into your attributes if you can for your faith. So, you begin to start searching the other campsites and trying to make your way around, trying to see where they were like following. You can see that the trail is sort of... Ramon was clearly hunting, like clearly, but not stalking animals like you would know that you guys do. He's clearly looking for the trail of probably Pedro. And you see that they're going out and about into different places, and eventually find one of the other campsites, which is equally well situated within a shielding cleft of rocks that protects from both the elements and prying eyes. However, unlike the camp at Eagletail Mountain, this place is in a shambles. Equipment is strewn all over, and a horse lies dead, and dry blood stains and dust.
Anyone recognise that horse?
Do I recognise the horse?
I'm gonna make me a Hawkeye check. Everybody here can make a Hawkeye check. I think this would be quite fun to see what people see.
Yeah.
That's more like it.
Yay.
3 successes.
Nice.
Okay, I'll keep hold of that one for now. From Luis.
Do you want to go next?
How many do I need? Hawkeye, nothing.
Just the attribute
Your
associated.
associated
Cunning.
Here we go.
Well,
Not bad.
3.6 Rontgen.
Any sixes, any ones?
Nope.
Neither. Okay. You can push the roll if you want to, but we know that we've
No,
already
I don't think we really need that, so.
Oh.
No.
1-1.
Okay.
Alright, I'm also taking 3, but you can probably go. 1, 2, 3. 1-1.
Okay. I'm not too worried about the trouble here. Normally I would add it, but actually at this point, there's a reason I want to do it, because I want to see who gets the highest in terms of finding something here, and it's going to be Luis, who is. Yeah. The first thing that you find is that all of you cannot fail to identify that the dead horse as Santa Ana, Raymond Osorio's Mustang, and spot a thick trail of dried blood heading down to the plains. With one success, you find a broken tomahawk and bloodstains that are not Raymond's.
Ooh.
With a second success, you find Raymond's pistol, all shots fired, discarded in the dust.
So yeah, first off, I just run over to Santa Ana, just lean next to it, and just like say a quick prayer over the poor horse's head. This is bad. This is very bad. And oh no! I then pick up his discarded pistol. He would not have left this.
You see that trail of blood leading off away from this discarded.
I fear for my hermano's life. We need to move.
We need to move, but maybe carefully.
I'm going to.
Oh, Bridget's got. What weapons has Bridget got here? Because that smile just says that she's locked and loaded and ready to fucking roll.
I've got two pistols, and I can use them akimbo.
I'm just going to pop out the empty shells from Ramon's gun and just load in some fresh ammunition. I will avenge you, my brother.
I will say that that gun is not broken. You may take away that -1
Hell
for
yeah.
switching over your sidearm there. But yeah, are you following the blood trail?
Down to it.
Okay.
Dude, I'm gonna go to the loo because
Yeah, yeah.
of that coffee.
Oh my
I'm never
God,
having
over
coffee
here.
in the evening ever again.
Bridget's like, give me 2 seconds, I just gotta.
Prepare for this, Hans.
Oh no, it's dark outside.
Well, I mean, I'll let those guys like go up ahead. I would like to sort of hang back a little. I'm gonna just keep an eye on the rear to make sure that this isn't like a sort of trap that we're gonna get run into and people pop up behind us.
Okay, if you want to give me a Hawkeye, if you're keeping an eye on the rear.
My all not eyes. Go.
Oh.
1-1.
Okay. Maybe in this moment there's like dust in your eye, or you think you're pretty safe.
Actually,
She's just checking out
no,
this
I'm
rear.
gonna spend a faith point to get rid of that.
Okay, no successes, no failures.
No failures.
Yeah, you seem pretty sure that there's nobody behind you. But after a few minutes of following this blood trail, you walk into a dreadful scene. The plain before you is filled with carcass after carcass of skinned buffalo.
Oh.
Their hides torn away and the remains left to stink in the sunshine. Both a terrible slaughter and a criminal waste of the buffalo's meat and bone. It is clear Pemberton's people have been here recently. You get towards the bottom of the mess's slope, and you don't need to make a roll. You find Raymond's dead body.
Ramon, no! I just run over to him.
Yeah, and he's like slumped forwards, and the blood trail leads to him, and you see that there are potholes all over him, but there are, in particular, give me a doctrine roll.
Do you want a hand with that?
You got doctrine on there, have you?
Yeah.
Yeah, if you want to, if you've got higher doctrine.
That would be 3 minus 1 for my mental things.
Well, I've got a +1, so do you want me to roll it?
Please do.
I'll be like, come on,
Have you got
come
stuff in
on.
doctrine? Have you got stuff in doctrine?
No.
No. Have you got stuff in doctrine?
Nope.
Does Bridget?
Nope.
No.
Cool.
Okay, so it's just you, there's no aid on this one.
3, so 4. Two ones.
Faith points and push.
Let's push it.
Yeah? So you're going to push
So-
it, so you can leave the ones and push the rest? Or do you want to spend the faith points as well to get rid of some of those ones?
I will actually. I'll spend the faith and get rid of one of those ones.
Yeah.
Yeah. So just take it away.
Yeah,
completely.
and then are you pushing the rest? So you've got to leave the ones there, and
Yeah.
then you...
Yes, I will. I'll
I
use
believe
another
you
to...
can roll the one that you got rid of.
Oh, okay. I will push it then.
Yeah,
So
another faith point.
let's do it.
So we
There
found
she goes.
Ramon's body,
Oh, okay.
and there's like loads of potholes over him and
4, 2, 6.
arrows.
Nice.
2 sixes?
2 6.
Okay, so there are these potholes, but there are like arrows sticking out of him as well.
Mm-hmm.
Clearly native arrows, like big feathers, flights on them. Very, very picturesque of stories you've been told of tribes that would hunt you down. So, with those successes, without any successes, it's obvious that Ramon's gut wounds are very severe and he died from the terrible bleeding. It was slow. With one success, the next horrible thing that you see is that he has been scalped.
Oh.
The scalping is horrendous knife work and done carelessly. Not the handiwork of a Comanche warrior, which would be probably more precise in scalping somebody. 2 successes. The arrows that are in him, they're not deep enough to have been shot into him. These have been pushed in by hand after he's dead.
Why? Why would they do this? We have no quarrel with the Indians. This makes no sense.
Louise, friend, listen. I've got my first aid training, all right, and I understand a wee bit about the human body.
I'm basically a doctor.
Listen, I've got my PH. No D, but I'm halfway there. This wasn't the Comanche. There's
Yeah.
no way that this could have been. Look at these arrows. They're not being shot, they've been pushed in. This scalping, have you ever known a Comanche to take so much carelessness? Do you think they would have left these buffalo rotting in the sun? That's not their way.
No.
My friend, this is a setup. They're trying to blame the Comanche for this.
Bastardos.
Indeed, bastards.
I mean, can we go and talk to the natives? See if
We did hear them last night, didn't we?
See,
they've seen anything or know anything. I mean, we can for sure say it's the Pembertons, but without any evidence, we'd just walk him back with words.
Can
No,
we have
it
a
would not
look?
be worth just walking back with words.
Bridget.
We'd be working back with lead.
Can we have a look round to see if there's anything that maybe ties the scene to the Pembertons?
Yeah, give me that Hawkeye roll.
Do it.
But this
Go on, you can do it.
Okay.
Anybody's got it, they can add a dice to his roll.
Go for it.
Have you got Hawkeye?
Yeah.
Have you got Hawkeye?
Nope.
Have you got Hawkeye? Hawkeye!
This is written.
God bless you.
Oh!
Oh no.
That's very cocked, though.
Okay.
I don't know.
It's cocked. It's
Yeah,
on the
alright.
side.
It's a one shot, I'll give you that.
Yeah, I'll take it.
Do you want to maybe spend... do you want to push the roll?
Push the roll.
Yep. So leave the ones, re-roll the rest, mark off a faith point.
side.
Whoops, that's not a roll.
A 1 6.
Yeah, well,
Six.
got a success
Okay, so
at
you have a
least.
6 and 2 1s, so I'm just going to double check. Okay, so you begin to look around, and actually, in this moment, you start with Ramon's body. You know, everybody's looking at the doctor in him and looking at like the wounds and how he died, and the fact that it's obviously been faked in some way. And what you notice, because it takes you by surprise, is that his hand is clenched, and there are like straggly yellow hairs in his hand. And then you see that you begin to like try and prise the hand open, this like rigor mortis hand now, in the, like as it's drying up in the sun as well. But because you are so distracted, it's only the sound of horse hooves that pull you all around. As coming down the slope is a large group of Namenhu, I think is how that's pronounced. These Native American warriors. They have bows drawn, they are screaming in like this really high pitch, and they begin to encircle all around you, bows drawn. What do you do in this moment?
Hide behind a dead buffalo.
I hold up my rifle, like above my head, slowly and carefully place it on the ground. We want to talk. Whatever's going on, we ain't your enemy.
Okay. Anybody else? Shooting? Pew, pew! Get him!
I just,
That's a +2.
I just raise my hands up like this. My guns will never hit the floor.
I imagine like you loose them so they like roll back, but they're still in the trigger guards.
But no, they're my hands are up. Guns are still in the holsters. Not touch them. They only get drawn if I'm killing somebody.
Oh, I like it.
So
I like it.
Well, y'all wanted to talk to the Comanche. Here we are.
Oh shit, they've not got bows, they've got fucking tomahawks and rifles.
Oh, sick.
So they're pointing rifles at you, is what I get for not reading ahead.
I'm going to commit to what I said.
Shooting them.
No.
Somebody please shoot them.
I
Sinead will.
with all these dead buffaloes around us, I'm gonna like drop down and sort of be like in cover via buffalo.
Are you blamonging in this as well?
Oh, keeping.
But yes.
Ah,
Now, what's the Western equivalent of a
I was
blood?
gonna go for a cred stick. It's not there.
Where is it?
Oh, there's no cred sticks in this
Can I
system.
have a die?
Rifle up and.
I think just kind of like not quite understanding what to do. This is very alien to Flint, so he's just going to kind of put his hands up and follow suit. And, try and look as innocent as possible. So maybe tuck his crucifix into his jerkin a little bit more.
Yeah. I think with that one there, what we see is these. You would know them to be Comanche, but they are of the Namenhu tribe. If that's how you pronounce it. If it's not, put it on a postcard right in. Cancel me. But one of them is like heavily scarred. What's quite nice is on this, if you had one of the other characters in play, they would automatically get some information, which I really like. But you don't, so that's what that is. But he's heavily scarred and is clearly the leader of this particular pack of hunters, let's say. However, as you've decided to speak, you can give me a performing roll.
Performing.
Oh.
That would be docility 3 dice.
Even though I'm hiding behind a buffalo, can I? I don't know how.
I will give you the thing as long as you say something. Like you're hiding behind it, like.
We mean no harm. We're here looking for his brother.
2 successes and 1 fail.
2 successes and 1 fail. You get the sense that, like, you can see that they're, like, ready to shoot, and then the hand goes up to stop them from this leader, but they look irked in some way. They don't look happy with you. Maybe it's something you've said, or maybe it's just your presence. You're not sure, but there is a little bit of I don't like this from them, kind of thing. And they're like slowly encircling you, and I think with that, why do you come here?
I point down at Ramon's corpse. That's my brother. We're looking for the men that did this.
And they point to the tons of buffalo. Are you the men that did this?
Absolutely.
I believe the men that killed my brother also killed these buffalo.
Look to each other and they say something in a language you don't quite understand.
Sirs, we are absolutely not associated with the people who would do this. We killed to survive, not this kind of slaughter.
We hunt with respect, not criminal waste like this.
And this is waste. The most that could have fed.
Just for damage done to the land.
You are not.
Disrespect.
Like, you are not with men who did this.
Oh,
Hell no!
we'd like to do things to those men, but
Because you look like men who did this.
You saw who did this?
You guys can give me a performance or a presence roll.
Have you got a high performance?
I do have a good performance.
I've got a
I've
one in,
got a performance.
so we can give some helpy helps.
Who's got the highest performance?
Mine is no.
I'm a 7.
Oh, well, I'm a 2.
Is that combined with both your scores?
Oh, hang on.
Yeah, if it's with your score above.
It's 6.
6, 7.
Total 4.
So you've both got scores in performance,
Yeah, yeah.
So you can roll yours with an extra 2 dice.
So 9.
If you were all like there and you're like, you've seen them and stuff like that. So this is like you trying to get information out of them, like, oh, you know,
Yeah.
we may have seen them. If you are not with them.
Absolutely not. We are looking for the people who have done this to our friends. Okay, so
It's 1 and 1.
sorry, I'm gonna spend to reroll.
Oh!
It's, no, six.
This is insane.
Although we. that
Oh,
doesn't
yeah, you
count
don't
as
have
effect,
trouble
so it's,
dice.
it's gone from 1 and 1 to 2 and 2.
2 and 2.
It cancels each other out like it's.
Your successes will always be successes, but your trouble, something ends up happening, basically.
Do you know what? I'm gonna roll with it. 2 successes, 2 troubles.
Okay? You become like somewhat tongue-tied in this like surprise in this moment. Like you were looking, you suspected Pemberton's men, and now you're being, assailed by natives, by the this tribe and the Comanche, and you become tongue-tied, and you are going to suffer a -1 penalty on all ability rolls relating to social or mental tests for the rest of the scene. Yeah. And maybe you're a little shaken by this as well. And I'll leave that at that. But they will. They're like, look at you. They see like the fact that you've like instantly like not gone to accuse them of like obviously killing Raymond because there are arrows in him, and they like nod, and you know they don't need to say, they don't even need to try and deny any involvement in his death. But he does say, all of you just want to kill each other over the buffalo, yet take more than you need. The people who did this.
The people who did this want to take more than they need. I want to avenge my brother, but regards to the buffalo and the land, we only want to take what we need to live, not more.
And like you can see that like, that kind of appeases him somewhat. Like there's this like understanding, and he like nods, and then he says, "My warriors and I," Epo and Neymar keeps coming back.
Oh.
My warriors and I witnessed this man's death from afar. A group of men on horses ambushed him. It is none of our business when white men kill each other and do our duty for us. But it was white men who killed them. And, you know, they'll go on to describe a couple of individuals. One of them is heavily scarred, blonde hair, scraggly beard, milky eye. The other, heavily dirty. And they describe Valentine.
Oh, you sons of bitches.
Melka's face, and like you put together with the blonde beard hair and the fact that there's clearly arrows have been pushed in, that, you know, they probably were at that funeral to mock and to also, you know, from the very start, it just confirms all of those suspicions. And there are 3 others that they describe as well, and you would know them all to be part of this group. There would be Anna Coleman, Marlon Lindsay, and Josh Clancy. They're all Pemberton's employees, but these 2 were leading them. They look towards the buffalo and they are visibly upset. There's nothing we can do now for these. We cannot use the meat, we cannot use the bone. Would you, if you were looking for vengeance, maybe don't just think of this man, but think of them. And they point to the buffalo. And they, like, he calls, and there's like a few whistles, like bird whistles and stuff, and they begin to circle in speed again before they...
I was going to say, before he goes, I just want to ask a little question.
Oh, I have a question.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
the group of them starts head off, and he's just like slowly cantering.
Wait.
He's on a mule.
Do you want to go first or shall I?
Oh, yeah. Looks like we're fitting to do some killing. Now, would you like to join us? Looks like they were fitting to frame you for the murder of our friend. So, and they killed your buffalo. Would you like to
Not our buffalo.
join us?
Land's buffalo. And then they say, it'd be like, we do not take part in white men killing white men.
Hell, he ain't no white man, he's Mexican.
So you said.
He's got a point.
Yeah. I'm also not white.
I am.
Yeah. Pasty Irish guy.
I am! If we ride into town, men of different colours kill us.
Well, maybe you don't ride into town, but Pemberton's men are always coming out to kill buffalo. More than they need, more than anyone could ever want. There's gonna be more out here for y'all to hunt.
And he sort of like nods to you both.
Open season.
And like, just like a bird whistle, and then travel safe now. Sorry, yeah, before you go.
I still had it.
She's attached to like one of the ropes. She's like, don't look at me.
I wanted to ask.
Yeah, no, you ask away. That threw me.
Yeah, I think because I'm a bit shaken, I'm going to struggle to like keep eye contact with him and stuff. But I'm trying to. So this is related to my big dream. I'm wanting to. Have you? I know sometimes people like me, slaves, ex-slaves, have had these kind of people do horrible stuff to us. They have no love and faith. But have you seen any people come this way? They'd come from the east. I'm looking for my family. They may be out here. If you've ever seen anyone out in the plains.
Is that part of your bathing to be like looking for?
I must find my family again. If not on Earth, then in God's heaven.
I can arrange that meeting.
Oh no!
And I'm white.
Oh no!
Oh my god, I just want to clip that. You said it. I'm white. They would explain that they've not seen people of colour. They've only seen the white men. And
the Mexicans.
they're just going to call you all the same. And they, but I will get a faith point back for that.
Ooh.
For playing on your faith.
Your big old dream.
Yeah.
In which case, I'm playing on my faith the whole time.
So what is your faith, by the way?
Life is good with a gun in my hand.
Take a faith point back. Because you have played on that the entire way. Because I haven't actually asked what your faith points are. I was just waiting for you guys to say, and that's my faith, can I have a faith point back? But actually, you've just been really polite.
Well, that was me attempting to ask.
You know full well to hit me up on things like that. Whereas TJ and Luke don't get to play with us very often, so actually, keeping me honest, what is your faith?
I'm going to bring that up in a minute because I suspect it's going to, unless something else happens, I'm about to say something irrelevant to it as soon as the Indians have gone. So
Cool.
My troubles are God's way of testing me. I must pass the test.
Yeah, you've not come across any of that yet.
No, not yet.
And they
I've
nod
never
to you
grabbed
all,
time.
and he begins to canter off and then catch up with the rest of his tribe as they move off into the plains of.
Another question. I don't know.
You have met answers, no questions. No time for you. And they head off into the sunset, leaving you all to ponder the fact that.
So, Pemberton's got some righteous justice coming down on him. But first, I need to put my brother to rest.
Are we going to arrest him here, or are we going to take him back into town?
No.
Buzzard's got to eat too.
I always dreamed of living out my last days
In his skin.
in a mountain.
It puts the lotion on.
Shut up, Ian.
Nice and cozy.
Always dreamed of living out my last days in a mountain cabin with a nice view across the plains. Got the perfect spot picked out, just a little ways up the slope. I don't need that no more. I think he needs it more than me. I can find somewhere else.
And yeah, I think that with that, you guys can go up the mess for a bit and you can make a grave.
I was about to counter you there, so
Blue Eyes White Dragon!
in attack mode.
Fuck, what is going on? Because it's your fault. You threw me into sillies.
As much as I would agree with you, the thing is, if we take Raymond back into town, we can have proof against the Pembertons. We can have some proof that this is what's happened to Raymond. If we just say, oh, hey, yeah, we found Raymond out here dead, they'll just go, oh, well, maybe you killed him. And then you're just coming back and saying that.
The hell would I kill my brother for?
You know what the Pembertons are like. They will say anything.
That's the thing. If we bring him back in this state, we can at least say any doctor worth his salt take one look at that and go, And with Pedro being the way he was as well, with those wounds after death, there's following a wee bit of a pattern there.
Because as much as I'd like to shoot them, and believe me, I really would, I still taste it in the back of my mouth. Sometimes the course of the law can be helpful. We can bring Raymond back out here.
This stings. I want to put my brother to rest. I know what you're saying makes sense, but I don't want him left in no bone orchard. He needs to be out here, in the wilderness, where he loved. Because the wilderness is my god, it sustains me and makes me whole.
Fake point.
Yeah, or at least I would if I could get them back.
Oh.
I'd love to give you a credit stick for that.
Well then, here,
Nobody's gonna understand
Luis.
what the fuck I'm talking
And
about.
I'm going to give you the $1 that I picked up from Pedro. I know it's not of God's faith, but just in case, you never know what's on the other side.
Much obliged.
So, with that in mind, what are the thoughts of the group? Are you looking to go back and exact your own law? Are you looking to go back and turn the town against them? Are you looking to, this is the final act in the movie. What is our posse's mental state? Right. Got there before you.
I finally pull out my right pistol, twirl it. That's all I'm doing. I'm just twirling it, making it clear exactly what I want to do.
How many Pembertons are there?
So I mean, there's like Pemberton and then about 20 of the workforce, but realistically, you know that Pemberton is always with Melka and Valentine, and sometimes they have a few more with them. They tend to spend most of their time at the Glacierin's? I can't remember.
It's on the...
Graceland Hotel, and he's always accompanied by Valentine and Melka. Sometimes have other gun hands standing guard, usually within shouting hand. Maybe 5, 6 tops in total, including Pemberton and the other two.
I think maybe get in the town. We're not the only ones sick of them.
Yeah, and 5 of us against 20 plus men. I mean, I don't care if I die anymore. My brother's gone. I want my vengeance.
I would say that you know that
if Bridget were to get hurt, I could not let that stand on my conscience.
Most of their group are just labourers, so you probably only really have to worry about the 3 and then maybe a couple more. I will give you that as the GM, that you're probably looking at 5, 6 tops.
I think we're at the point of eye for an eye, tooth for a tooth.
Darn tootin'.
I think we're not, as I say, not the only ones who might want that kind of vengeance.
Yeah.
I mean,
We wouldn't...
y'all want to bring Ramon back into town to get the sheriff on board, so let's get the sheriff on board. Otherwise, I'm good to go up to that very hill and bury him proper.
We can bury him afterwards. Even if you die, I promise that will happen for both of you.
Much obliged. Let me just point out the spot. Just like over yonder somewhere.
Oh, yeah, right by those pair of trees.
Yeah, that's the one.
Bridget, you look like you're about to say something there.
Well, I was just thinking we might not need to bring the body with us after all. We've got the hair. We can use the arrows. We can show that they weren't used. They had no full penetration.
Keep going.
He's already at full penetration. He can't go any further.
Is it in yet?
I feel that
The 4 words every man wants to hear.
I feel that might be evidence enough to show that both the Pembertons were here, and they tried fitting the Comanches for his murder.
I tell you what, it's a shame we can't get one of those newfangled cameratic devices out here to take what they call the wee photographs, the little sin photos that you can get.
What on earth?
Is it just me that's never mind.
Is this like something from your homeland?
No, you've been seeing them. I see a couple of them have been cropping up. Back in old County Derry, we used to have a gentleman. You'd go into his magic box and he'd shoot you, and like a painting would come out.
He'd shoot you.
But they call it shooting. They call it shooting, but it's actually a big flash and a big bang, and then about 12 hours later, you get a little painting of yourself. But it's not a painting; it's you as you actually were.
Sounds
And
like
this
some
is
kind of
safe?
witchcraft.
That's why I call it a sin picture, because it is a sin picture. I've taken part of your soul away there, but
Well, much
It might be mighty
too late
handy.
for Ramon.
Oh my, I mean, I don't know how to feel about this kind of technology coming into the West, but... Anyway, yeah, we got bigger problems at the moment.
You tell me what you're doing.
What are we doing there?
I still think we could probably get... I can't remember who was there to the wedding. The wedding! The wedding! The funeral!
That was
4 weddings and
De La
funeral.
Fuente. Her
De La
name
Fuente.
is-
Marisol.
Yeah.
Marisol.
Marisol, I believe Marisol would probably give us a hand.
Honestly, I think she'd shoot us if we didn't invite her along.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And there's probably Osiah might want to oversee things? Oh no, wait, he's out as well, isn't he?
We could see if the Ciboleros and Buffalo Hunters that I live with, they might want to join in. They've been taking their game.
That is true.
Right, so, need to know which way the wind's blowing here. Are we taking Ramon back into town with us, or are we leaving him out here?
I feel, with all this, I think it should be left up to you. That's your decision, after all.
I'd have to agree with Bridget here.
If y'all think we got enough proof without him, I would rather he stay out here.
That's fair enough then.
Okay, so you guys ride hard and
Well, if we put him on
Wait.
Sinead, I can walk. So
Well, so we're burying Ramond up here.
See.
So we're going up the hill and going to bury Ramond.
and we see like a beautiful sunset maybe at the end of the day, a couple of prayers between you all where you bury Ramon and maybe like a small stone, put his hat on there and his empty holster, maybe your side on in there now, you switched it over. You play a jaunty little jig. It's the happiest song that could have come on in this minute.
The appropriate soundtrack, thank you.
May his family be reunited in heaven when it is
So
your
happens, yeah.
time to go.
I'm sure we will.
And
Fair point.
yeah, saving the game. There is no turning back from this point. And yeah, you just have this like night of solemn, pensive emotion where, I mean, Bridget's probably up for the fight and it's just like itching to go. Theodora, I imagine that you also know what's about to happen. And should God will it, you'll be seeing your family there. I imagine rage and anger for
Just-
Luis.
Not so much burning hot rage, but just like cold, grim determination. Like, justice will be done.
And for the white Irish guy.
I think.
Oh, these potatoes are lovely.
To be sure. I think Flynn's thinking about. I think Flynn's a little bit more solemn tonight, and I think takes out a photograph of his wife and child.
Okay, I thought you were going to have one of the sin pictures then.
Soon. And
I'm just going behind that rock.
give me 5 minutes.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, is this one of your sin photos you're talking
It's
about?
my wife and child.
It's my dead wife and child, Theodora.
Oh, my apologies. I don't even know what accent I'm
It's falling apart.
broken apart.
So the next day, you ride hard and you ride fast. And I'm not going to have you make nature rolls or animal handling rolls because you know where you're going.
Yeah.
And you dust cloud behind you as it's probably around evening time as the sun's starting to set. You get back into town. You know that at this time of day, Pemberton's probably at Graceland's hotel. The rest of the Pemberton forces are out at the Westfield getting ready to bed down for the night. What are you doing?
Heading over to Marisol's place.
Yeah? You find her and she's like, Luis, what did you find?
They got Ramon. You in?
If that's the gun she's got. I'll have to check.
You want to round up your friends?
Sounds like a good idea.
I think it's going to only be us that do this. If we're going to act, we need to act fast. And I'm ready to kill this bastard. Bastard. Bastard.
Wait, is it
Welcome to Storm right now.
is it the middle of the night?
No, it's like early evening as the sun's starting to set. But you know that you've got like a window in which they've probably got less people around them now because they're only just coming back in. There's probably only like Valentine, Melker and Pemberton at Glacerand's hotel. You could probably call them out there and then.
We could wait until they're asleep.
Now, where's the
Sleep?
fun in that? There's no game in that.
If I'm going to kill a man, it's not going to be while he's asleep. He's going to be awake, he's going to be facing me, and he's going to be armed.
Fair enough. I just don't want needless death.
You've got a kind heart, Theodora. And
Oh,
gentler hands. And I understand you not wanting to, look death in the face, but God does give us these trials that we must go through. And I think this is one of the big ones.
No, you're right, Flynn. Thank you.
Look at that stretch to get a faith point.
It's not even that. I'm just literally, his thing is God and women.
One and the same, I might add.
And also being like, oh, soft hands, I'm gonna like loop my arm around his arm, like a little arm loopy.
Oh, by the way, with this being new
Special
scene,
friend.
the -1 we got to the
friend.
Yes.
mentors have gone yet.
We're going to call this the final scene.
So, I've also, before we get into the final scene proper, I've just noticed, so weapon, I've got, it looks like 1 Colt 45, nice,
Nice.
Nice.
but in my talents, 2 gun, so I should have 2 guns.
Talent probably means that you can field 2 guns, but if you've already got 1 on your inventory,
Guess I've just got the 1.
what does your
wanna
2
take
gun
my
talent
broken
say?
one?
It says you can draw 2 pistols with 1 fast action and can use a second pistol in your offhand to get a bonus quick shot per round.
I like the idea that you've got 2 pistols. We'll say you've got 2 pistols.
Cool, I
It's
like
a
the
one
idea.
shot.
I was going to say, is a Cooper a weapon?
Yeah, I was also having the same question.
Yes, it is. It's a rifle.
Oh,
I believe the
okay.
Cooper is the like.
Right, okay. Because, yeah, I was going to say you can have that if you're, but if it's a two-handed, then
The
never
general
mind.
store is just down the road.
We kick in the general store.
Your friend's shop.
Well, I'm just saying.
Yeah,
you
no,
can
I
just
live
buy
with
a
her.
pistol.
I like the idea that that talent says that you've got 2 pistols, so I'm going
Yeah,
to say that you
yeah.
have because it's kind of cool.
Yeah.
And it's a one shot, so why
It's
not?
just like it's my faith, isn't it?
Yeah.
So that's
And I think
makes
so,
sense.
yeah, 2 pistols. A Cooper rifle is, I believe it's the cock with the
Yeah.
trigger.
I'm going not with that one, I'm going with the Spencer carbine. So,
So I guess you guys are drawing weapons and heading over to, yeah.
I like that one of my weapons is just fist.
so smart, yeah. I've got
Unarmed
fists as well.
strikes. So,
Apparently I just can't hit
Oh,
people
fist has
with
a critical
unarmed.
fault.
I only have a knife, so apparently I don't have hands.
I need to know how crits work, actually.
I've got knives for hands!
Ah, Louis, knifey hands!
Eduardo.
Luis, slicey.
What does crit mean? Does it mean like...
So you then roll on the crit table.
Ah.
So it says that the
Oh, it's
critical
over there.
rating shows how many additional successes are needed to inflict a critical injury on the target.
So a success
I
is 1
see.
6 to hit,
Yeah.
and then if you get additional 6s, you then that's how many additional 6s you then need to get to
Yeah,
roll
okay.
on the crit table.
That makes sense as to why fist is a 4.
yeah.
Yes. You know, you're not going to knock somebody's head off, are you? To which end, you tell me how you're calling them out. You tell me how you're doing this.
I don't mind breaking down the door and just letting you guys rain lead fire on them.
Or if you like to set the scene up first.
I think we should call them out into the street, do it old-fashioned
Agreed.
way.
Yeah. Because like you'd get there and you'd see that like maybe Valentine is on the door, like smoking a cigarette. You can tell he's like watching out at this moment, waiting for like more of their hands to come in. But in this moment, you've got like a chance where there's less of them. Just having a cigarette. You know, are you going to approach silently, or are you just like moseying down into the middle of the street?
Are we trying to
Just
goad them out?
Walking down the middle of the street, rifle in hand, pretty obvious what's going on.
I think we
Okay.
should shoot him straight away.
Do you say
Your
anything?
mother got so turned around that she got lost on the causeway.
Pemberton! Get your ass out here, pendejo! We're calling you out! You and your men!
I'm just enjoying the moment.
Grinning and
You see
twirling.
Valentine. You see a blonde hair, scraggly. You see like a patch of beard missing. Now that you're looking for it, step out. Hey, boss. Takes a moment or two, and like they are just in daggers at you.
Yeah, my rifle is like trembling with the effort not to shoot him right frickin'
But
now.
they're like, they've not drawn at this point. They're close, but they're just like... And then Pemberton walks out. And you see this like stern-looking, slightly older man, like salt and pepper hair, very like square jawline, but very well dressed, definitely well off. And he, come on now, in the middle of the street, So we
See?
opened up this the other day.
In the middle of the street.
Pulls out like a big fucking wad of green. Come on, how much is it gonna take to make us all friends here?
Hold that money up.
I am, ain't I?
In the air. Show me.
What you want, 100? 200? What you after?
Just hold up the entire bunch.
What you think there? Okay, you taking a shot?
Damn right.
Cool. Roll up. You're shooting, which should be, I believe, is a skill called shooting.
Shooting.
It would be really nice if this was in alphabetical order. Shooting.
It's about halfway.
Yep, there it is. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm using a rifle, so that's +1, so it's 6.
And you're aiming here for the actual.
For the cash.
Yeah, not going for the actual man himself.
I'm making a statement.
Oh, you make a statement.
With 2 successes and 0 fails. That's what I think of your goddamn money.
And with that, we're drawing initiative.
Right.
To which end, I have drawn the cards as a random thing, and I've gone around the table this and then done those. So, to which end, unfortunately, as I went round, looking at the cards that were drawn, it was starting with
Flynn.
Flynn. You rolled, you drew an 8. So we're going on card 8, which is actually second in this instance. Lewis drew a 3, which is fine because I think that you've just shot. So now everybody else is going to react at this point.
Makes sense.
Theodora, you got a 6. Bridget got a 5. Then Pemberton got a 4. De La Fuente got a 2. As did Melchior. Valentine with a jack. And in this moment, as we draw initiative, I would love
So, do face cards have anything special, or are they just like
They're just
11?
higher.
just higher.
Alright,
Yeah,
fair play.
so like an ace is obviously like the highest you can
Yeah.
get.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh no.
I don't have this as a playlist. I've just put on Western stuff, so we're just going to be going through like the nice. Valentine is first up, and Valentine is quick off the draw as you shoot this wad of cash out of Pemberton's hand, and everybody instantly goes into a shootout. To which end, Darren Valentine is going to. He's got a Manhattan Navy. Okay, so I need you to roll 5 dice over there, please, and then 7 total actually. So 5, 6, 7. I haven't got the dice over here, so I'm going to get you guys to roll them for me. Here we go.
Oh.
Okay, so that
1 and a
is
6.
1 and 1.
1 and 1. Okay, so they are going to be shooting at you because you took the shot first.
Makes sense.
So one of those is definitely going to hit in a second. Then I would like the trouble table. I should have printed the trouble table off realistically, shouldn't I? That'd have been smart. So the gun fires, but something malfunctions with it. They are going to take a penalty to this moving forward. So they're going to take a -1 to their shots moving forwards with their rifle. But it definitely hits you, and you are going to take. So I believe your grit is your health.
Okay.
Pretty sure that's accurate anyway.
Has hurts underneath it.
Hurts. Sorry, there you go.
So quick is shakes, cunning is vexes,
Yeah,
docility is doubts.
and grit is hurts. Yeah.
Grit is hurts.
Cool. Yeah. So grit is your health basically. This particular gun deals. How many successes was it?
1.
Damn it. I needed an additional one to get that. So it's going to do 2 damage off your grit
Poor.
as it like hits you in the shoulder, and like maybe like your shoulder goes back. They then just reload and then bring it up. There are other actions you do like aim shot and stuff. So if you already have your weapons loaded and stuff, you could then, and you have them out, which you guys all do. You can take an aim shot and you get a +1 to your dice rolls.
Okay.
Something to bear in mind at this point. To which end, Flynn, you are up as the gunfire starts. Bullets start going off.
Cool. I am going to go straight up to Valentine.
Okay, yeah, so you run up the steps.
Yeah. And I'm going to use my talent here as
Yeah.
a shotgun master. It says, as a free action, you can make a fighting roll to use the butt of your shotgun to shove an enemy from arm's length to near range. But I just want to give him a proper poof in the face.
Yeah, so you're going for more of a stunning knockout kind of thing here.
Yeah.
Cool, give it a go.
So it's a fighting roll. So that's 3. Do I add attack things from my weapon?
I believe so.
Cool, because I looked it up and a coach gun is a shotgun.
I should have rolled more,
So-
more than I did on the. No, but never mind.
On the what?
You know, when I shot Pemberton's cash, I should have rolled a few more dice.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I didn't know that I had the attack, so yeah.
How many more?
2.
Roll them now. Let's just see what happens, just because I think it'd be quite fun.
I shouldn't have said anything. That's it's on not a
Not a trouble.
trouble dice, so yeah,
Fine.
it's fine.
Right, I'm using all the trouble dice.
I see what you mean about this being a very lethal system, by the way. I've got 1 grit left.
Okay,
Yeah.
that is 1 success.
Yeah.
One success. Okay, so how much damage do you do with... this is technically melee.
It says 4.
On melee?
Yeah.
Fucking hell.
That's quite a.
How many successes is that? Just the one?
Just the 1, yeah.
You knock him out.
Way!
He like shoots, you rush up and boom, and like his head hits the wall behind him and goes down. You are, by the way, fucking close to Pemberton
Yeah,
and
that's
to
fine.
Melka. To which end, you've moved and you've made an attack. That's it. Theodora.
Okay, I assume aiming is going to be a move.
It's basically your move action. So you make
Yeah.
basically an aim shot.
So yeah, I'd like to aim shot. Which one is it? Well, I mean, Valentine's is down, so I'm going to go for Melkor. I was going to go for the one which spat at me, which I think.
It probably was Melkor.
Yeah. So yeah, aim shot.
Yes, you get a +1 to this roll on top of what you roll anyway. So you're shooting any attack bonus from your rifle.
+2. So 5, 6, 7.
7 dice. What's your crit on this one?
1.
So you need to roll 2 successes to crit.
I'm not going to, but
Don't count yourself out.
I think that was cooked.
That is definitely cocked. Remember, you can push the roll.
I'm gonna do a faith to basically re-roll everything.
Yeah, no 1s, no 6s. You may as well.
Yeah.
2 6s.
Okay.
1.
2 6s, and where's the 1?
Oh, there is
Yeah.
one.
Is that on
Yes.
the trouble dice?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, your gun is
So-
malfunctioning, but you
One
definitely
and 2
get
6s.
1 and 2 6s. So the 2 6s. Now we need the crit table. So what does your damage do normally?
2.
So 2 points, and this is on Melka, yeah?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay, you're going to roll me a d66, which is 2.
60.
There's
Oh,
two,
66.
so you're going to roll a 66, which is 2 d6s. Mark, one of them
One
is
for
units,
tens,
one of them
one
is
for
tens. So you're using trouble dice for, like, say, the tens,
Yeah.
and then a regular dice
I
for the.
trust you.
So, roll me the tens first, just so we know which bracket we're in here.
Right. I'm going to do that as the 10. 2. So 25.
You take the shot, and you hit them in the thigh, on the inside thigh.
Oh, carotid artery. Not carotid
Can
artery.
you roll me a d6, please?
Huh?
Femoral.
Femoral artery.
You roll me a
That is
d6.
exactly it. I'm going to roll that one. 2.
2. And they start to bleed profusely. And they see it, like, looking at you, and they just, like, this
Gonna
milky
give a
eye.
little wink. Free action wink.
Flynn blushes. What
It
a
looks like a
woman.
pretty bad
You get
shot,
up.
but they're not dead yet. Bridget, you see Pemberton, who is like looking like he's going for his guns. Valentine has been knocked out. Melka is hurt but not down. What do you do?
Well, shit. As they say, it's a target-rich environment.
As they say,
That common saying.
every time TJ goes into a fucking into work. Target rich environment today. Red flag.
Oh no!
I'm very glad we're in the UK.
Oh no!
Target rich environment. There's just the way to get a girl throwing.
So,
Why do you think I'm with him?
Target rich environment.
I'm gonna go for Pemberton.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Got
because
2 pistols. You get to.
right. So I'm going to draw
Yeah.
My
What you get to do is a.
2 pistols.
Yeah. Well, you already drew them, hadn't you? Or are you? Were you like?
To be fair, I didn't say.
Cool. We'll say they're in there, and you're going for the cool ass.
Yeah,
Bridget.
that is probably very
Yeah.
much
So you have
her.
to draw both of them, and you're
Very
taking a
much
shot. Yeah.
Yeah. So, 2 gun. I can draw 2 pistols, one fast action, and use a second pistol in my offhand to get a bonus quick shot per round, with an extra -2 penalty on top of the -2 for a quick shot.
Okay, so quick shot means that you're trying to shoot twice. It's like a boom, which you would take a -2 to. Extra actions in here that.
No, I think I'm just going to ignore that then.
Just go for a single shot?
Just single shot both.
Yeah. Play the stats. Yeah.
Right, now what do I
But I
do?
think if you're going for a single shot, you can draw, which is your movement, with both of them, but you can only take a single shot with one of them, or else you're technically taking a quick
Taking
shot.
2, yeah. So I'll go for point at Pemberton to shoot Pemberton,
maybe
but
next
I'm
round
not
you've got
going to
it
be
ready.
covering
Yeah.
Malkia.
Cool. Take the shot. So you get to roll shooting, quick, and whatever you get to add to it.
Right. Single, so it's -1 draw, +1 attack. Quick is 5. So it's going to be 5.
So you got quick 5,
Yep.
and then shooting, which is your skill.
Middle somewhere.
2.
So it's 7 plus your 1 for the attack.
7.
8. Is that
8.
5, 6, 7, 8?
But minus the draw?
7.
But you've got a quick draw. I'm just going to say for her because she's badass. Just
8.
Yeah, you,
Okay, cool.
I'm
here we
so
go.
sorry.
That's okay. 5, 6, 7, 8.
Here we go.
Come on,
we
come the fuck on,
appreciate
Bridget.
All ones.
Bridget,
Oh, that one's cocked. Yeah.
Oh, that's
There is
real
a
cocked. You
cocked.
can roll that one again.
Yep.
go blue.
That one looks like it might be cocked.
Yeah,
as
it's
well.
cocked.
Okay, fine. Let's do that.
Okay, 2 1s and
One
Six.
success.
One
Yep.
success. You could re-roll.
push the roll if you
Oh,
want.
we're going to push the roll.
Go for it.
Yeah. How much faith you got? 4.
4.
Fucking
I'm just, this is my thing.
yeah.
Do it!
Spend 2 to get rid of those fuckers, and then you can re-roll the rest
I'm
and make
just
6.
So you
Oh,
can,
no. So you
No,
keep
no.
those.
Oh,
Oh, you're just pushing.
So I push it.
so,
yeah.
so you can push to re-roll the ones that aren't success or fail.
Yeah.
Okay.
so I'll just
Or you can also
move them.
spend to get rid of
Right.
the trouble
okay.
dice.
Push.
So you want to keep your 6 that you had and your
Yeah,
Yes,
things,
that's
yeah.
all there. So push.
Pushing for 1.
Oh,
You could spend a faith to get rid of the ones.
Would that be all the ones?
No,
Or is
it's
it-
one
Just
for
one
one.
of
it's
them.
one,
One per
one
faith.
per faith.
So you're down to 3 with the push.
I'll just get rid of all 3 then.
All 3.
Can I do
So
that?
So that
out of
takes
faith,
to
but you've
no
got 1
faith,
success, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. What's the damage on your gun?
3.
3, and that's on Pemberton, yeah?
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay. So,
Bridget on
Pemberton,
fire.
you like skim his like ribs and like daggers at you, Bridget. Maybe it's because like you've drawn, but then you realise like with Valentine down, Malka is like being shot at by Theodora, so you like don't take that shot. So then you take this shot, and so you don't hit him dead on like with your normal deadly aim, but it still hurts him quite a bit. That is the end of your go, Pemberton. Now, you're close, but you've just hit him, and he is pissed. Oh, you could have been rich, you fucking idiot. They are going to.
I mean, still could be just taking money off his corpse.
Yeah.
Well, you shard it all.
First of all,
It's got a hole in it, but it's still money.
First of all, he has fast shooter, so he does not need to spend a fact action to prepare when using a single action pistol. He also has 2 gun, but he's only going to pull the one out, aims it straight towards you. Could somebody please roll me 4, 5, 6, 7 dice, please.
I think as it's going to you, you should.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, wait, 6, 7. Lost it, but like I count then.
Oh!
4, 6.
4 sixes. So this is going to be a crit.
Shit, Tristan!
First of all, you are going to take 2 damage straight off your grip.
Righty-ho.
Why do you hate British so much?
Yeah.
Why do you hate women?
Actually, hate women. He had some corkers in the last episode.
Oh,
so
yeah.
some fucking gross. Right, we're going to roll a D66. We're going to start with the 10s. Roll that for me, please. Let's work out which category we're in here.
So just roll a 6.
Roll a D6, and that's going to be 10, 20, 30, 40, 50.
Just one of these.
Yeah, any one of those is fine.
Red. Let's get rid of it.
This is important. This is a crit.
6.
Okay, now roll another one. And this is now your units, your singles.
61.
Not very nice.
Crits on both ends.
Double crit.
God, your rolls.
Wild.
This is a headshot.
Oh!
Now, luckily you're not dead. As he's like, fucking bitch, just takes it out and shoots, and luckily as you're going to look towards Melka to make that second shot and see where they're at, a bullet basically takes your jaw off. It goes through your mouth.
Oh, shit.
Oh!
And you are going to take a minus. You're going to take a -1 to performing rolls. You have a permanent scar, and can somebody roll me 2d6?
Is your
Just 2d6
damage...
is fine. This is not damage. This is literally just how long this is going to take to even begin to heal.
6.
6 and
3.
so 9 days before you can even really think about using your jaw again.
I mean, I think
Richard,
that's...
no!
As like, luckily because you turned your head and maybe looked up, it doesn't go through your forehead. It goes through your jaw, and it's just hanging off.
Get your way out of this.
What's the penalty I'm taking on the performance? Was it?
-1 to all performing, and you have a permanent scar. At
I'm
this
surprised
point.
it's only -1.
Yeah.
Yeah, but luckily it's a non-fatal headshot.
Yeah.
To which end,
I hope you look forward to sex.
Luis, this is like happening in seconds. Like, you're up, buddy.
Are there any like barrels, crates, walls, anything like that? That I
You
could
guys
run
are
to
pretty
to cover?
central in the street right now, but you could run to one side and take some cover.
Yeah, it's not a tactically sound position.
No, you guys are the standard calling them out. But
Yeah, I'm gonna like run to one side, like skid behind the barrel, and work my lever on my rifle.
okay, so you duck behind a barrel, reload. It's probably
all I
your
can do, yeah.
action. De La Fuente.
Come on, girl.
Okay, here we go.
This is some really chill music for shooting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It really is. Hollywood epics. Let's have a look. Oh, but I'm not going to fuck with the music. So I'm going to spend some ages going through epidemic
Yeah.
sound.
Hollywood Epic sounds like it might be copyrighted as well.
Well, no, this is all royalty free.
Ah,
use
nice,
epidemic
nice.
sound. I just can't want to go through and find it. I just typed in Western and that was
Yeah,
it.
fair.
Let's see. Let's just go to the next one.
Oh, the mule!
Can you filter it to be like,
Dramatic.
yeah.
I probably can, to be honest. Genres and then moods.
Point 10.
Dark, mysterious, sentimental,
Or-
suspense.
Oh, yes, yes, yes.
Pardon my gun. Okay, so I need please a 1, 2, 3, 4, 8 dice, please.
Oh, if Fuente.
I have no dice in front of me. You're rolling everything tonight, guys. That way you do it to yourselves. I'm cruel as a GM like that.
Want nothing to do with me?
Yep, 1 and 1.
1 and 1.
Is that one cocked?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're gonna regret that. No, okay,
Yep,
that's right.
1 and 1 still.
So they also take a malfunction to their rifle, but the one hits. Pemberton goes down. Hey.
Oi!
You see him like, takes a knee and then slumps down.
Go El-20!
And she just like spits on the ground and then just begins to slowly walk over towards Malka. Malka. You've hit him. Mm-hmm. And I think you two have some history. I love there's no attacks of opportunity here. It's great because he's going to walk straight past De La Fuente to you. Or actually, no. I could knife you. But he takes out his rifle. Fuck it, why not? And can't do an aim action because he's drawing a weapon. Pulls out the Cooper and, yeah, is going to try and shoot you back since he's taken a pretty nasty wound and he does not like you one bit.
Oh, feelings mutual.
I see this guy's a big racist. Yeah, okay, could you roll me please 4, 5, 6.
Oh.
No attack modifier, 6 please.
Two ones.
No
2 1s.
successes.
Sixes, yeah.
It's only 1-1 on the danger dice,
Trouble.
so trouble dice, that's it.
On the trouble dice though, that's 1 on the trouble dice. Okay, so he also suffers a malfunction, he's going to take a -1. Okay, that's all that they can do. At the top of the round, Valentine's unconscious. Flynn.
Okay. I see all this unfolding. I see Malka going towards Theodora, and I'm going to swing my my shotgun towards him, and kind of say, "Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for thou art with me." And I'm gonna shoot. So that's +2 and a shooting, so 3.
So you've got shooting plus your quick.
Oh, is it plus quick?
Always add your
Shooting plus quick
Oh,
plus
okay.
weapon.
So that's still just 3.
3 for quick, 1 for shooting, so that's 4, plus any modifier for the rifle. Because you get to add the top one.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
So 3, 4, 5, 6.
Yep.
Yeah, that's better.
That's better.
That's better. Reroll.
I'm pushing it.
Yeah, is there nothing
There
in
was
there?
nothing
That's
there.
awesome. Push it.
Way.
Oh,
Down,
nice.
down.
3 successes.
What do you need for a crit?
I need 2.
Okay, so what's the damage on the...
So it's 4 damage.
Yeah.
Oh,
Whoo.
explosion.
And then roll that d66. First one's
So-
10, second one's units.
Okay. So, I'm so excited. 3, so 32.
Oh.
Basically, you shoot him in the arm and it leaves this like really bloody wound. Their arm is pretty much useless, but with that amount of damage, they stumble, they fall, and they die.
Hey!
To which end, now, Valentine is unconscious. In this moment, De La Fuente is like, well, it deals with Pemberton and Malka, but the
Spit back on him.
rest of their crew, I don't know what Santa Fe will send or what they will do, but what do we do now?
I say we send them a message. We run them out of town. Just tell them they ain't welcome here no more.
I think we should finish this one.
This one's he's still breathing. Good Lord, Bridget!
Can I?
Doctor.
God damn.
So
we need to get
is
you
it-
to Sawbones right now.
It's alright, I'm partially a doctor.
Trust me, I'm partially a doctor.
And I'm white.
Does the town actually have any kind of doctor
Yeah.
or anything?
Yeah, it's me.
Well, as well as Flip.
But in this moment, as we come to the close of this,
Shoot for one time.
Yeah.
I've got some rope. I'm at least gonna truss him up while we decide what to do with him, just in case.
so you start tying him up.
Yeah.
I mean, does Elafuente want the honours?
Hey, I say we do it proper. He ain't getting a bullet, he gets the rope.
I would have to agree with Luis. I think that justice must be served.
Oh,
Oh, please get to a doctor's. That's horrifying. You have never been more vocal.
I'm in pain.
But I mean,
There's a nice tree outside of town.
let's make a final roll if you are looking to do it justice and run them out of town, maybe. As who's got, and it's not you anymore, the best performing roll.
I think it might be you now, Theodora.
3, 7.
Anybody else got performing?
Oh, hang on.
I do have performing, yeah.
I do.
You can
Okay,
perform
you
via
actually
a
can
riff.
aid here, like. So I will say that, like,
to this town!
I've got 4.
okay, you can take the aid from people with it, so that's an extra 2 dice.
9.
So, there is stats for the town, and you are looking to get a certain amount of successes for the town to then be like, no, we need to run them out.
I think I might also use my authority to presence when leaning into your authority of power and personality.
Okay, add it.
So, this is running them out of town.
And basically getting the town to turn against.
Oh, I can, like, the turn to town against them.
Yeah, so basically they're saying to this mercantile group, you're no longer welcome here. And for them to not come back and be like, right, well now we're coming out with bigger guns.
I think then just walking down the middle street and as loud as I can, everyone! Garapampton is dead! Look at this scum lying on our streets! This man who has oppressed us, this man who has taken from us. Those who have worked for him, those who have been oppressed by him, those who have been at his butt end. He has killed us. He has killed Pedro. He has killed Ramon. Sorry. But he will kill no more. We send this back to you, back to Santa Fe. You are not welcome here. You and your people go. This is what happens when you come to Carson's Folly.
Roll it.
Yeah.
I'll give you an extra one
That's 11.
for that fucking speech.
2,
How much faith you got?
3. 1 left. Oh yeah, why not? Well, 5, 6, 7,
See what you do first.
10, 11. See what I do. See what I do.
See what you do.
All ones.
Yeah, you might want to spend that
Yeah,
dice.
yeah.
That is 1 fail and no successes.
That's 2 fails. They don't count
That-
because
yeah.
they're not troubles.
yeah.
They still count as fails, but they're not
That
trouble
not
dice.
trouble fails.
Yeah, okay. 1 faith to reroll. Come on. Die. That's 1 success. 2 more. 3 more fails.
Ooh.
Can I give her a face?
I think what you get here is the mercantile group, however you say that, decides starts packing up, and you can tell that maybe we see like some of the townsfolk and sheriff, deputies, also yourselves, some of the leaders, De La Fuente, all kind of like frog marching them out of town. You know, they've got half their gear. Some of them are like only just coming back in, and they're like telling them to turn around and go. For now, Carson's Folly is empty of the people from Santa Fe. You've got a feeling that this isn't the last you've seen of them. And the town, although in this moment has your back, you're not sure how strong their resolve will be if they send back more people from Santa Fe. And with that, we see an Irishman on a mule, a solemn-looking Luis, a bandaged Bridget Lovelace, who's like now playfully bandaged up, but like she looks badass, and like there's like I imagine there's like a hateful look in her eye, looking at like these people. We see like Pemberton is hanging from that tree you mentioned. He's been killed before, but now you've hung them up, and Valentine's probably there with them as well. As our posse and the town watch as the group from Santa Fe up and leave. And that is where we'll end today's one-shot. We probably got loads of rules wrong, and I'm sure Dave and Matthew will message me after like, oh my god, you're awful at this. And that's fine. They can message me all they want. I've had a lot of fun. I've really enjoyed this system.
I've enjoyed it.
Really good fun.
And, you know, for saying that this is just the playtest that is within the quick draw rules, like the ones you can get for free from Drive-Thru RPG. It plays really well, and you can make characters from this, you can make your own stories from this, but actually they've also got on Kickstarter a few more scenarios. You can obviously back it to get the full rulebook and everything, which is even better, and you know, you can check out those one-shots that we did with Las Vegas and Albuquerque over on the Band of Badgers YouTube, which is YouTube/Band of Badgers. If you've liked what you've seen, hey, hit that like and subscribe. If you're new over to us, we also play things like Starfinder on a Monday night. Shit's getting crazy at the moment. We're looking to start a D&D 5e campaign real soon. I do Painting Up the Monster Manual. Those of you who've already watched the show, hey, how you doing? I've really enjoyed this because it's nice to play a D6 system. It's nice to play something different, and it's nice to like be more role-play based, I think, in our actions. We'll probably sit around and chat for a little bit, talk about what we liked about the system afterwards, put out some notes, maybe message the guys. But I hope you guys have enjoyed it out there, and I hope you back it. Please do. The guys alone are awesome, but I think it's well worth having just for a laugh, for something like this. If we've done anything culturally inappropriate, we are terribly sorry.
We're white.
You're
I mean, yeah.
I'm ginger. Do I get? No.
Not even Mexican.
But I kind of want. Like, I think we're trying to do it justice.
Yeah.
It's not like, you know, I don't think anybody's here taking piss. I think that's what's nice about the system.
Yeah.
Is that actually it's trying to show you that there is more out there than, you know, what we see in standard whitewashing and stuff. And I really like it for that. I hope that, you know, people do go back it. But thank you so much. May those dice cards be ever in your favour, and we maybe see you again at some point soon. See you later, guys.
Bye.
Have a good one.